Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday to each and every one. Hope everyone is having a good start to the Friday so far. Hope everyone had a blessed and wonderful and productive week. And looking forward to a good rest on the weekend for those who have to work. Hope work will not be too hectic. And again, welcome, welcome, welcome to those in television land and to all our silent viewers. Happy Friday to each and every one. As usual, we thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate each and every one who's supporting us. Happy Friday again.
Oh, yes.
We want to salutation. Oh, Chuck Life saying Happy Friday, Mystic. Happy Friday, Chuck Life. And Mayor from Happy Team is joining as well. Happy Saturday to you. Welcome, welcome again, each and everyone. So tonight, the topic is going to be members of parliament poor response to critical issues. So that's the topic for tonight. And of course, we're going to be going into Jeopardy. We're going to have some fun and games as well. So, guys, like up the live as you come in. If you have a platform and can share us out, please do so. It will be greatly appreciated.
All right. Bless up yourself, Sister Chupsi. We see you now.
Good night, Chips.
As
Welcome.
always.
And Tiffany's here. We're saying,
Tiffany, big up
family, good
yourself.
night. All right, so you want to give your salutation?
Oh, yes, guys. Once again, I want to say thanks for all those who are joining us at this time. And of course, sharing their space, with us. We really appreciate that for persons who are listening to us and supporting us from time to time. We really appreciate that and endorse that as well. As Wifey just read out the topic to you guys, but before I go into the topic, right, I just want to speak on a little situation as it relates to our criminal justice system. And that I really don't really understand, what is happening when it comes to our criminal justice system, handing down certain penalty as it relates to the pre-bargain system. And what I'm making reference to before I get into the topic is the situation with Roshane Barnett, right? Such a sadistic person, right? Even today has shown no sign of remorse, right? Of the gruesome act that he had done. We had seen that the prosecution and the defense lawyer is actually, deliberating as it relates to sentencing. And what the prosecution is seeking is 69, 69 years, right? Imprisonment. And while the defense is roughly seeking a 45 years prison sentence in that ballpark. But when you look at it and you see such a sadistic person up until this point show no remorse, and his recent happenings with him, what happened, recently as it relates to some fight that he has ensued in, and still in prison, breaking rules and breaking certain policies. It goes to show you the mindset of the person. That this person, you understand, is going to be continue to be who he is, right? Not showing any remorse. But what I am shocked of is our criminal justice system doesn't seem to have any teeth, right, for these gross killers, right? Gross killers that snuffed out the life of, 5 persons, and then, right, bargaining between him getting 69 years and as it relates to the prosecution, and 45 years as it relates to the defense lawyer. So let us look at it now, people. and really think about it. Someone who took away, right, 5 persons' lives, right? Those are permanent, right? Permanently wiped off the face of the earth. And the prosecution, right, is, deliberating as it relates to 69 years. Now, when you look at that, if you look, let us accept that the prosecution, right, when October comes, that if the judge ruled in favor of the prosecution and said, okay, all right, give him 69 years. So we are looking at the worst case scenario that can happen, right, to this sadistic person. And so we are working with the 69 years, which I think that the judge is going to listen the prosecutor argument, and the judge will listen to the defense line of argument, and might be the judge will walk in between that. So if the judge walk in between both sentences, the judge might come up near, might be about, said 51, 52 years, right? Listening to the side of the prosecution and listening to the side of the defense. This is what I'm saying, people, right? For someone to get, let us take the prosecution side. Say if you get 69 years. What I know about the system, and I can be wrong, so let me say that, I stand to be corrected, that the system count a prison sentence, right, as night and day. So that would have to, so if you get 69, right, as I said, I could be wrong, right? I stand to be corrected. But as it relates to what I had previously known, that for him to get 69 years, you'd have to now divide that by 2, because the sentence serve, right, the sentence serve night and day. So day 1, right, night 2. So when you spend an entire 24 hours, right, it would have count as 2 days gone out of your sentence. So that is what I am saying as it relates to the night and day counting, as the way how it has been processed. And as I said, I could be wrong, but that was what I previously aware of. If any changes, well, I don't know, right? So when you look on that, this person, divide that by 2, 26, 3, 29, so roughly about 34.5. So 34 and a half years, right, that this person will be looking on. And for good behavior can reduce that as well. So when you looked at it, right, for someone to create such an atrocity, right, and take away 5 innocent lives, oh come on, oh God, let us look at it. Even the baby, at one point in his testimony, where one of the victims was using, I think, one that is roughly about 6 or 7, tried to use the baby Heil to defend himself by throwing baby Heil on this monster. And this monster, you understand, wounded, inflict, right, more than 30 at stab.
Oh my goodness.
When you look at a little baby, you tell me, people, I want people to tell me as it relates to the criminal justice system, or the criminal justice system is dealing with this sort of situation here. Now, when you look on the plea bargain, let us talk about the plea bargain. You're going to say, right, that if someone plea, right, then the judge is going to, the system, right, is going to have such a high consideration for him, and not, thinking of the level of cruelty that was meted out to the victim. Just this is what I want to know. Then it goes to say that what is the criminal justice system is doing, right? So then, what sort of example the criminal justice system is also setting? that if someone like this, a sadistic person like this, who today still has not shown any remorse, right? He's going to plea with the prosecution, and the prosecution is going to say, as a result of the plea, okay, let us look into it, and we give him 69 years, right? That really doesn't really make sense to me, because to how I know how it works in a first world country. And again, I am wondering why, if the prosecution case is strong, just like in Russian Barnett case, where everything was there, right? They found all the evidence that they need to find, right? And so then, I mean, it is not like the prosecution case weak. So why did prosecution have a plea on this, right? In first world countries, when the case is extremely strong, right, the prosecution holds certain advantage, right, and deliver, right, maximum penalty as it relates to the crime. You understand, the penalty that needs to fit the crime. So we have 5 lives snuffed out, right? And this man, right, is going to be able to, he's roughly about 20 something now. So roughly at about 50 something years, you understand, he's out. You understand, he's going to be out of prison. So just look at that, right? And other criminals are going to see that example, right? Are going to see that example, right? And so then they don't fear the system. The system has no teeth. The system has no grit. Okay, so that is that. Let me see some of the comment that persons were speaking of as it relates to the system. So we are going to consult the chat and hear what some of the persons are saying into the chat as well.
Okay, so let me welcome a number of persons who have joined today.
All right.
So Tiffany, again, welcome. Truck Life, welcome. Happy Friday. Moderator Maya, happy Saturday to you over there in the Philippines. Thank you so much for being here. Active Troops, again, thank you. Annalie and Anne from Happy Team, thank you so much for joining in. Happy Saturday to you. T. Blair Cooking, welcome. She's saying good night, host and everyone. Also, Sassy Diva, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate your continued support. Mika, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And also Avery over on I'm gonna go back to that. Okay. Also Avery over on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. Happy Friday to you. And guys, we know that there's a storm approaching, and we're keeping everyone in our prayers.
Oh yes.
And we're hoping that everyone is taking the necessary precautions and taking it seriously. I know you guys are on a storm watch, so please take the instructions of the authorities seriously and follow the instructions. Get to high grounds if you're in low grounds. Make sure you stock up on food and supplies and stuff, because storm moves slowly, and always leave a lot of water behind. So please take the necessary precautions. Property can be replaced, life cannot.
Yes, and for persons,
make sure that you take the necessary precaution to preserve your life and protect yourself. And
remember, for persons who are living into the low-lying areas, right, as my wife said, take the necessary precaution. If you have to leave and go somewhere else, understand, to ensure your safety, please do so. All right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Gina Rose, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Also, Natural Tammy, thank you so much.
Bless
Happy Friday
Tammy.
to you. All right, let's go into the comments pertaining to the topic. So salutations going on there, and just in the interest of time, guys, just skipping over the salutations. Okay. So Avery over on Facebook was saying a bunch of wicked people.
Yes.
And really wicked. And she was they too just experienced a storm over in Bermuda. And so I was hoping that nothing really serious had happened and nobody lost their life, not too much damage with property, if no damage at all. And T. Blair, oh, Active Troops is saying so true.
Yes.
Yeah. And T. Blair is saying it's sad to see the justice system and the criminal is known different.
You know, and it upset a lot of people as it relates to some of the, you know, the ruling that the judge will make as it relates to this pre-bargain system and so forth. I think that for me, I don't see where the victims are getting any justice from the criminal justice system.
No, because they're being victimized all over again, both
Exactly.
the victim and the family, because there is no satisfaction. It's like the perpetrator just get a little slap on the wrist. And at the same time, their tax dollars are going to have to maintain him in prison.
So let me give another reflection again, because this begs to even let us speak even all about the Donnelly case. And we should know that situation is really a passion crime, so to speak. And if they are giving this sort of leniency, you understand, to this sadistic person, I am really anticipating what is going to happen with the Donnelly case as well, because relating to passion crime, sometimes these judges, right, don't even give certain high sentence, right, as it relates to passion crime either. So this is what the criminal justice system presents. You understand? Because it is not giving the justice that the criminal justice needs to give as it relates to, you understand, the crime. You understand that fish fits whatever penalty. We are not seeing that, right? Some of the penalties that handed down, right, are so light, right? So I just don't really understand it.
Okay. So Sassy was saying it's only rain that's going there, no storm. It's
Oh,
a
okay.
tropical storm, Sassy, so it's going to dump a lot of rain.
Rain,
And
yeah.
it's going to move very slowly, so that's a dangerous one. Hurricane moves a bit faster, storm move a bit slower, so then you get a lot of flooding. And Avery is saying, God protect you all. We just came through
To
Fiona.
Fiona.
Yeah, that's
All
it.
right.
She's in Bermuda, so they just experienced that. So
Fiona.
I'm just
Oh, okay.
hoping that it wasn't too bad for them. And Tammy is saying it's a tropical storm, so it could be bad for some. Yeah. And Mary Rossio from Happy Team, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Also, Maria is here. Thank you so much for joining.
I am not.
Oh, she says she's not so versed on the topic, but she's listening. Okay.
Okay. All right. So you finished?
Yeah.
Okay. So we are going to get now into our topic. All right. Now we are talking about, and for some people who said, Byron, I really don't want to get into the politics thing. Let me tell you something, people. Politics is our life, whether you want to get into it or not. Right? The everyday pocketbook issues, right, has to deal with politics. Right? The level of inflation in Jamaica, it has to deal with politics. At the end of the day, we all live politics. Whether we vote, yes, it's not until it closer to home, then they will make the penalty harder. Yes, Avery, I really agree with that.
Not until somebody that's close to them and they feel what others are feeling, will they do the right thing.
Yes. So as we were talking about the politics, right? And when we look on political representation, we have noticed, and one of the reasons why I am speaking about this is because an issue that happened last week as it relates to some community persons were speaking pertaining to a particular bridge that need to be fixed. You understand? Because that bridge that being down, right, sort of stop the flow from certain commercial activities that would benefit those people, right? So those persons, right, who had voted for, right, the particular member of parliament, right, and seeking that level of representation from the member of parliament, and then for the member of parliament to at least first and foremost have an understanding, right, of the people's concern, because they are the one who elect you in power. But what we notice, people, that every political season, after election, right, and they awarded their seat in parliament, then trust me, the people don't see them again, right? No more representation, right, within the community, right? The people don't see them again until a next political season comes in, right? You see them come and they visit house to house, and you wonder where they were all the time. They see the critical issues for them to address, right? They are not addressing. So without any hesitation, I am just going to play a clip and show you how, after we voted, right, for the particular member, how this politician representing the people, right? And believe you me, it is not anything nice, right? So without any hesitation, my people, just stand by and let me show you. Yes, Byron, you are correct. We might not be thinking about politics, but politics is thinking about us, which is true, right? Because every single day we live, you understand, we live politics. So we have to address it, right? It is our responsibility that if the government is not dealing with the necessary checks and balance, we will have to put them in checks and balance. So tonight, I just want to play the clip and just for people to see the level of representation coming from this particular politician, Mr. Warmington, right? After people voted for him, right? And he has no regards in just, you understand, being rude, right? So without hesitation, honey, play the clip.
Okay. Oh, let me just share my screen. Hold on, guys. Which one?
All right, here we go.
It's like the government are wait for some judgment to go on before they can do something. Cause it's like them love excitement. Long as that we can say, cause right now it's very dangerous. Right now, so it's not name Courage Park we judge now. It's named Death Valley. Cause the way it's done right now is death. But if you just stand up on the bridge, around for your life. Trafficking class people in the crate, around for their life. And the government to vote this man. This is not a politics business, buddy. This is a bridge, we need a bridge.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Warmington. Yes, sir. William's calling back from the Observer. Yes, sir. William's calling back from Jamaica Observer and Mandeville. You were driving this morning. No, it is not. But I just want to get an update. I'm just seeking an update on the matter, Mr. Warmington.
Right now, when rain fall, nobody can walk past down the thing. And I box over there, some people have to go like a yam here pack up or luggage and send things to railway. And people are running risk with their life to go up garden yard because they don't live over here. You get the thing of me I did. So embarrassing thing and the bag of remarks and railway not really going away, you know. The thing needs to be done right now. We want action, justice to be done and something, and then take too long to see.
For when it bridge collapse, right? And when me have a St. Louis, we go look for my daughter then, or my uncle. Me have to pay fear for we around Mandeville because me 3,000 hard go and come, right? And all the teacher them where have come from St. Elizabeth, left Balaclava and South, have to drive round, mile gully come round. Some of them not come back to school.
The children that are from there, they cannot come to school because they have to walk through the river with them. A lot of them have to be going to other schools, further down in Cowick Park or further down in Balaclava, and so additional stress on the parents to find money to send them. And a lot of them live close by the bridge here that they can just come down to the school, but they can't because of the water that is there. It's getting worse. The people in this community, they are suffering.
Some students are asking for 3 days for the week. And when they do come, they have to leave early. So if the rain sets up, they have to leave. So whether it's 9 o'clock in the morning or it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, they have to leave. It's very dangerous for the students. Because personally, I would not cross that bridge, and if I had a child, I would not allow a child to cross that bridge.
I can tell you that I confirm the minister in charge, Mr. Clifford Warminster, and I have received copies of the design for the new bridge.
Okay, so there you have it. And we will all agree, right, based on what we have seen, right, and as it relates to Mr. Warmington's response. And even before the young man get to say what he wanted to say to him, he hung up the phone on the man. And you are going to find, and let me say this, you are going to find the same Mr. Warmington when it comes to that election season. Mr. Warmington is going to go into the area and he's going to beg these people for their votes. But guess what? The people will be remembering this, Mr. Warmington, and the way how you respond to this, right? And that is totally not professional. But you know what I want to do now? I want to go into some serious political history from 1962, since we gain our...
Sorry, before you go into that,
Okay.
Chupsy was saying we
Well,
are the
people,
people, and
and
yes,
yes.
we have to talk about it until our voices are heard in some ways. Yes, and Mr. Warmington must remember
Yes.
that he's a public servant. He is responsible to the people. So he needs to give the people an answer as to when that bridge is going to be fixed, right? Because the people voted him in to represent them and to make sure that their needs are met. And right now they need a bridge.
Exactly.
So he needs to respond.
All right. So
And she's also saying, Jaja, that is not safe, none at all.
exactly.
And she's saying it's a shame
It's a
to
shame.
really see this. Really a shame, and it's not safe. Kids can fall in there and drown. If the rain falls and that river swells, it's an imminent danger to everyone who tries to cross it.
Exactly. Children cannot go to school, so it affects their education right then and there. And the slow approach in terms of doing what they ought to be done, right? And that is one of the reasons why we vote them in, for them to represent us. But representation politics have been lacking from the days of Michael Manley, and we are going to touch some history now for you as it relates to how the culture has been shifted away, right? As it relates to, you understand, the government working for the people, right? And the political philosophies that seems to, two political philosophies that seems to, ruling the Jamaican society over the years is one that we call democratic socialism. You understand, that pioneer by Michael Manley. And of course, what the Jamaican Labour Party seems to have somewhat of capitalism. You understand, where they more cater, capitalism more cater towards the rich, right? And, private sector mostly privatize everything. But if we go back to if we went back to the days of if we go back to the day of democratic socialism, as it relates to Michael Manley, speaking government for the people, and the government must work for the people. Now, there are two significant things that Michael Manley, right, brought to the table as it relates to the People's National Party. That were significant for the Jamaican society. And I'm going to tell you the two things, and I want to remind all ladies, because one of the things that Michael Manley did, right, was to make equal pay for women. How many people know that? Michael Manley is the person, right, as it relates to the People's National Party, pioneer, so that women, right, can be paid equally. Gone are the days when men and women will be doing the same job, right? And the men just by being the gender men, right, would be getting paid more than the women. Michael Manley break down all of that and came up with equal pay for women. So I want every ladies, right, in Jamaica today to remember the principle and policy around democratic socialism and what Michael Manley has fought for, right? And by our current politicians seems to have drifted away from that. Now, when we look on the other significant thing, what Michael Manley fought for was what? People who do overtime, work overtime, should be paid overtime, right? Remember, these are the issues, right, that the PNP, right, during Michael Manley time had fought for, right? I mean, tooth and nail, that workers at the workplace, right, whenever they do like extra time, should be paid, right, overtime hours. It is the People's National Party who fight, right, so that the trade union can come in and defend, right, the workers at the workplace. So without any delay, right, I am going to play a clip, show you the true history. So who want to be partisan, right, I am going to show you the factual evidence of what happened and how much, right, the People's National Party had supported some strong values, you understand, for Jamaica. And today, it seems that everything seems to be forgotten and where some people has lost those visions. So let me just play that clip and people just listen to what Michael Manley in his time fight for to set Jamaica on a part of future as nation building. Now, what we are seeing in today's current government, we are seeing nepotism, cronyism, and skullduggery, and all them works. The politician only big business with themselves. We have seen the issues with current Spencer. So don't think that I'm talking about the Jamaican Labour Party. I'm talking about the modern day politician now. Seems to be drifting away from democratic socialism, right? Where we talk about the government working for the people. And that is the sort of governance that we want, when the government thinking about the people. We have now seen in this time the level of brain drain that is happening. Opportunity is less for the working class people, where people have to actually flee, leaving the country, right? The educators are leaving the country just to get themselves into particular opportunities overseas, right? And the country lose the richness, the wealth of the brain. You understand, where we can build as nation building. So without any further ado, I'm going to play it and where you listen and see what Michael Manley stood for in his time. When Michael Manley died poor, and I am telling people that Michael Manley died poor. These new set of politicians, they must make sure, say, right, them have luxury all over. Uno have house in Jamaica, have house everywhere. That's when the other clubs come in Jamaica, them can run and leave all of us in the peril. So let me just play it and let us show people what Michael Manley designed for us and how these greedy politicians divert away from it, you understand, and just become selfish and greedy. People stand by.
Okay, let me share the screen again.
Great leaders, political stalwart, distinguished orator, and social reformer.
Change up.
It's all the way up. I didn't turn it back.
With a deep commitment to economic independence and social justice, Manley began a process of social and economic reform.
A lot of changes have to take place in this country. A lot of changes.
Michael Manley's concern for the family was well known. He heralded the call for equality of the sexes and established the Bureau of Women's Affairs to deal with discrimination against women. December 1, 1974 was historic with the tabling of the Equal Pay Law, which provided that women doing the same jobs as men were entitled to the same pay. The establishment of the family court was another act of great significance. Attendant on this was the Affiliation Act, so that fathers who desert mothers and their children and migrate can be sued for the maintenance of their children. The Equal Status for Children Act repealing the Bastard Act could possibly be seen as the greatest single social achievement of Manley in the 1970s. All children, by law, could now inherit the legacy of their parents.
No day again, no bastard, no day again. Everyone laughing, everyone laughing.
The establishment of a minimum wage was a plus for the working class. It stipulated that every man or woman entering into a contract of service must be paid a minimum wage and should not work for more than the prescribed maximum hours without getting overtime pay.
Realizing that employment is the most important single objective of government in this country. Because the unemployed is a man to whom freedom is not even a word, certainly not an idea. And the root of our policy in the future will be humanism, self-reliance, and economic nationalism to create a society of personal freedom, founded in the security of the family, and a true nation resting securely upon a foundation of economic independence. In short, a society of justice and freedom. I will tell you the thing that is closest to my heart. Houses. When a man is loved one can look at a roof and know that it cannot leak, can know there is a little kitchen where they can cook in dignity, can know there is somewhere they can sit down and break bread together, can know there is a room that they can put the children in, and know that at night the children can go and sleep there in peace. But when you have done that, you have started, you have laid the foundation for Christian life and for justice. The modern world, the most important of all the tools of mankind in the history of life. Therefore, I am very pleased to announce that the government of Jamaica, commencing September of this year, is announcing a scheme for free secondary education. One further, and that is that for those children that can fight through the primary system, fight through the secondary system, fight through to their O levels, fight through the whole of the competition to reach university at the end, to get the final touch on the skills that we need. We are also abolishing the fees of Jamaica. These are the means by which the power will come to the people. Sacrifice now for a great day tomorrow, where we will march together in the name of work, in the name of justice, because the word is love.
I think an ad is coming. Ads.
I like ads. Meerkat.
Okay.
All right. So,
Good evening.
people,
A week ago tonight, the home of
here
an
you have
American
it.
diplomat,
As it relates to democratic socialism. And this is what we talk about when we talk about the principles. We talk about the achievement, right, as it relates to Michael Manley during his era and what he had fought for. Equal pay for women, right? Overtime hours work, overtime hours paid for, right? And we have seen today that we are living in a time of, capitalism, right? That tied, right, to the current incumbent government, right? Now we have now in this time. So one of the reasons for me to play right as it relates to Michael Manley era is to show you now how far that we have drifted away. Now, we have seen security guards, particularly security guards in Jamaica, right, who have been working 7 days a week, right? Some have been owed their money, not being paid for the full 7 days, right? We have workers in the hotel who forced to work 6 days and not being paid overtime. This is happening right under this capitalism. So when you look on democratic socialism as it relates to the People's National Party, right, and see the values that were fought for, right, the bridges that were built, right, and the journey as it relates to nation building, we see the progression, you understand, as it relates to the People's National Party. All I want, right, for us to do today, that persons who are supporting the Jamaica Labour Party under the capitalism philosophy showed me a significant, right, thing that they have been achieved in comparison to what Michael Manley achieved as it relates to democratic socialism. What I'm talking about nation building, right, as it relates to the philosophy that drive our political orders for the day. Now, when you look and see that democratic socialism is something that gear as it relates to nation building, is where the government working for the people, right? We know that poor people at this stage and this time, right, under this incumbent government, simple cannot pay for tertiary education. Cannot pay for tertiary education, right? Pay for secondary. So when you look at it, if poor people at this point in time facing such inflation and cannot purchase simple basic food item, are they going to be able to pay for tertiary education? We are talking about tertiary education is the cost between 800,000 and over $1 million. Poor people certainly cannot find it. So where that we have lost the vision of democratic socialism, right? That is what we need to get back to, right? Where the government, right, work for the people. Now, under capitalism power, what we have seen that most of our resources privatize, right? And how that money break down to the common man? No. We want a government, of course, that see all Jamaicans as stakeholders. All Jamaican as stakeholders. Our farmers, looking at our agriculture people, our farmers are suffering, right, at the hands of these political decisions, while the farmers are unable to even compete with the foreign market because they are bringing in the foreign goods, right? And when you have the foreign goods coming in, even like the common person going to the market, when they see the foreign goods is cheaper because they are bringing it in bulk, building up the economy of foreigners, right? And not putting policies to limit, right, those importation of those foreign goods, and so to lessen certain bank interest to facilitate our farmers so that our farmers can be able to say, all right, compete within the space, right? It's expensive, so expensive for farming. So when we look in our agricultural sector, we are not seeing the emphasis placed in our agricultural sector because guess what? There is no vision of nation building. You have seen a greedy politician who have season up his red meat and talking about sentence, and then after I talk about long prison sentence, believing that now he's buttering us up. You understand? The following week he came back and claimed that members of parliament raise salary need to be need a raise. Member of parliament salary. Just look at it, people. Right? Look at it. Where that man want members of parliament, you understand, for raise. No, I mean, if poor people can't buy the little basic food, the little flour, the little sugar, the little milk, and the little necessity, you understand, that can take them through day to day. You understand? You are now going to pressure them. Pressure these taxpayer, you understand, to increase member of parliament salary. And this is what we are talking about. This is what we are talking about, right? When you can have, you understand, the political process choosing their friend, the political leader choosing their friend to put in certain institution, right? And where they make that institution, you understand, becomes handicapped. And I'm talking about the Ministry of Education, right? Where all of that money taken out of that budget for education. Look, people, for persons who are, for politicians, you hear Michael Manley. No, let me say something. We have seen the bridge, right? That, broken down. And the people want the bridge to fix to keep up, right, their commercial activities, right? No, and you hear, Warmington, hands up, this person, and plus, hang up phone 9 years. In Michael Manley era, that would never, ever happen. And if that happened, you understand, under any member of parliament, in terms of Michael Manley era leadership, Michael Manley, you understand, would have, might be fired him, right? But guess what? No one cares about our interests. No one cares about our welfare. Because if you are going to look in the Ministry of Education and you take out a bulk of money, and look, one of the reasons why I have to put it now, you understand, to, the political leaders, right? The leader of the JLP. Because what is he doing? He has known about, you understand, the wrongdoing that went on in the Ministry of National Security, went on in the Ministry of Education. But guess what? He cares zero. He cares zero. As a matter of fact, he's trying his best, you understand, not to make the man face trial. Right? Because he's supposed to be now going through a court hearing and you don't hear nothing. So this is what we're talking about, nepotism, right? When you put your friend in particular areas, you understand, for particular purposes. You understand what I'm saying? And have no representation, right, to the people of Jamaica who fought tooth and nail for you understand, and vote for you. But it is time now for the people to have sense. And that's why I bring back the history and show people, understand, as it relates to which political party and which politician as it relates to Michael Manley who fought for them, you understand, for certain basic principles of life. You understand, which is now helping our ladies today. Equal pay for our female, equal pay, right? And of course, as it established that when someone work overtime, they need to get overtime pay, right? So let us go into the chat and see, what some persons are saying there and where we can address it.
Okay, so I'm just gonna welcome a few persons who recently joined in. So David, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Juba Bruce, welcome. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining in. Teacher P, welcome. Happy Friday. Chilling with Ali and Mali, welcome. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Lady M, thank you so much for that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Saying make a love shout out to everyone. Thank you so much for passing through. And also India, stay motivated. Murray, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. And we also have King Lion, who joined us, saying good night, host and co-host. Welcome, King
Bless
Lion.
up, King
Thank you
Lion.
so much. Maricel from Team Happy, thank you so much, Maricel. Welcome. And we also have Adassa. Thank you so much for joining us. Adassa, welcome, welcome. And she's saying the Labour Party is not,
it's not for the people. Right? Okay, so we finish.
Yeah, more salutations.
Okay, so basically, for me to try to be, partisan, or someone want to say, okay, Byron, boy, you sound like,
more facts.
You sound like here,
my friend.
Bless up, more
welcome over.
Bless up yourself,
Friday.
right? So it is not about being partisan, right? It's about patriotic, right? And talk about the true representation of the political history. Yep. You understand? That cannot be hidden. And all I'm saying that in terms of, me just talking, I'm just not going to talk. I'm just going to present the facts that is there. Just to remind, you understand, all females in Jamaica, you understand, which party really fight for them tooth and nail as it relates to equal pay for women. Remember that, right? And which party really fight for them as it relates to overtime pay, overtime hours work, overtime must be paid. And this is what we're talking about as it relates to, you understand, the foundation of certain principles that, you understand, we need to build up on when we talk about nation building, right? Obviously, King Lion, straighten up, King Lion.
Welcome, King
Welcome, boss. Yes, so this is what I'm saying, that when you have, right, as it relates to the politics of today, right, directing in such a way which we are geared towards nation building, right? That is yes, when it gears towards nation building, that is effective. And what we are seeing now, we are seeing where we can't even speak freely as we want to speak when we see the government not dealing with certain checks and balances, right? And certain things that in media that the government even doesn't want to even come and address as it relates to house, you're right, that is building in St. Lucia. I don't know how truthful that is. You understand? Is it that, okay, all right, these politicians are being truthful as it relates to their yearly audit, you understand, stating their assets for true, right? Because we the people would not want to have politicians who are using taxpayers' monies for their personal interest, because we have seen that done already. We have seen that done already. We have seen Jack Smith, you understand, who have went into, who was the Minister of Labor, right, in the 80s, what he had done. You understand, where those farm workers have went to foreign, work hard for their money, and he divert the people their money to his personal use. You understand? We have seen that. So we know, right, what is going on right now as it relates to certain checks and balance. And so then when the people are asking for the Prime Minister, you understand, to give some response, whether it is truth, whether it is truthful or it is lie. If it is lie, the Prime Minister needs to come out and say, well, all right, you want no go so. And if it is true, we want to know, say, well, all right, a comprehensive audit needs to be done, right? So that the people can understand that their taxpayers are not just using, you understand, in such a way to benefit politician personal interests, and then we have to foot the bill. You understand? Because when we look on inflation, right, to every time you have some misappropriation of funds, what we want people to understand, whenever you have misappropriation of funds, right, the gap have to close. And how they close the gap? They increase tax. And when they do that, You understand? You're talking about higher inflation. So people need to understand the politics and don't say, well, all right, Byron, I don't like to hear about politics. Politics is affecting you day and night. Because when we see politicians misappropriate funds, right? Thief with money. Let me speak in a patois. When politicians thief with money, you understand, and that missing portion from out of the budget to do the necessary things that are to be done, you understand? Then increasing taxes, you understand, more pressure, you understand, on the poor people, you understand, for pay a little like this, look more at that, and blah, blah, blah. So guess what? These current crop of politicians, they are the ones who are causing the inflation. You understand me I say? So there it goes as it relates to nation building. They don't have any interest in nation building. Now you can tell me now, if a politician, all right, let us talk about the leader for a while. I just want to show people something significantly, right? And let us jump out of politics and just go into an ordinary institution. If you have a marketer for a particular company, and that person is marketing certain products, right? And he spend years upon years marketing the particular products, and the business is not getting the sales. The business is not seeing the traffic. You understand that to drive sales. You understand, and the business on a downward spiral. Obviously, that institution CEO or managers will have to look into it, you understand, and change him or fire him. You understand? It is just that simple. Now, when we look in our government, let us switch back to our government people, and we see the type of crime, right, that being committed. And what causes the crime? Because we are here talking about the different level of crime and the different level of this and the level. I want to tell you something, Jamaica. The criminals today, the mindset that they have, right across the board, is either make it or break it. Because why? Why they come to that? Because opportunities lacking. Opportunities lacking. The few jobs that Jamaica has to offer, right, cannot really stretch for them. The few IT jobs that Jamaica even have, you understand, most of these ghetto youths don't even have the education to go inside of them. So what are they going to do? So then you have scamming becomes normalized, right? Because at the other idea, you understand, the man make a look of food and scamming, right? I'm not saying that scamming is right. I am talking about as a result of the opportunity being lacking, right? You have university, and let me say something where people will say, well, I mean, they don't want to look work. Okay, hold that point. Since you said they don't want to look work. No, let me tell you one next point you need to look on. You have a lot of persons from university who are graduating from university, right? And cannot get a job. So, no, these are persons who, you understand, have their strong resume, coming from university, right? And can't get a job, right? The workplaces, most of the workplaces are going to say to them that they need experiences. So, I mean, or are you going to get the experience if nobody now give you any chance? Or are you going to get the experience if none of the institutions are not giving you the opportunity for you to get the experience? You say that is just flawed. That is just foolishness under this capitalistic government. And this is what I'm talking about, that they only cater, you understand, for the rich and the elites. Look at our criminal justice system, people. Let us talk about it. Who will get justice from the criminal justice system if you really look at it? The people who are rich, the elites, they are the ones who are getting the justice from the criminal justice system. You understand? You can see persons who commit certain atrocities, right? Look on the little boy who who throat slashed, and because his parents, you understand, have millions and billions of dollars. What happened to the case? You see the case flatline. You understand? Not even pulling the weight on social media. And guess what? The investigators just leave it. And so then this is what these current investigators want, right? When something happened, yeah, you're not to talk about it on social media and show them up. You understand? Helps them take it personal. You understand? And them don't want to investigate a case. Look at the Chantel McCullough case. You understand? We have seen that in the Chantel McCullough case. You understand what I say? And when you look at the whole system, the system is so corrupt. Right? The system is so corrupt. Because guess what? As a result of the corruption, you have people who are making it from the corruption. Right? Now, this government, to show people, let me show you the evidence, people. This government doesn't want to be, right, have the onus of checks and balance. You see, he make move in terms of muzzling the Oversight Commission, who's supposed to investigate certain wrongdoing and misappropriation of funds by politicians. Why would the Prime Minister, you understand, stand for something like that? That is an assault on our democracy if people wish to speak the truth. Because if the Oversight Commission, right, is not allowed to investigate these politicians and put it out publicly, you understand, so that people, so that we, the taxpayers, right, who are paying our fair share of tax, can have an understanding of what is going on, right, and the Prime Minister agree with something like that, you understand, then why would the Prime Minister agree with something like that? If he's clear in the light and he's doing what's supposed to be done, and he's not dealing with any corruption, he's not dealing with any nepotism, and he's not dealing with any cronyism, he's not dealing with any skullduggery. So if Mr. Prime Minister, if you're not dealing with those things, why you don't release the policy as it relates to muzzling the Oversight Commission? Right? So if you go there, what do you want people to think? People are going to think about that as it relates to any rational reasoning. You understand that you have something to hide, right? So when you look at these things, my people, right, and you understand, and goes back again, that is one of the reasons why I go back right in the archives, you understand, and bring up Michael Manley as it relates to democratic socialism, what we stand for in terms of nation building. We are not seeing it right now in these current couple of politicians. And when I'm talking both on PNP and GLP. You understand? You're just not seeing it. You understand that these politicians have an interest. You understand? For nation building. Everyone wants to reach out of politics. You understand? Everyone wants to reach out of politics. Then privatize everything. Right? So that is what I am saying, that Jamaican people need to look and see what is happening. Now, when you look at this is another thing where I brought, as it relates to the crime statistics, what is going on in Jamaica. Look here. People, let me tell you this. This year, crime statistics is going to be ending. And remember that I said on Mystic Sensation that we are going to see more than 1,400 deaths. Sad. Last year, we have gone over 1,400 deaths. You are going to tell me that Oristram take over the ministry from 2018. And I've showed a bar graph some time ago, last week or the week before, on that bar graph. And show you a consistent failure of Oristram. A consistent failure of Oristram. And now, last year, the crime has gone over 2,004, over 1,000, right? Over 1,400 murder. And now what are we looking on? We are now looking on this here. The crime is probably going to go beyond that. And so then if the crime go beyond that, what is going to happen? Oristram is still going to be there? People, this is what I want to know. Oristram is still going to be there. And not only that, when election come, we still going to see, we still are going to see Oristram winning seat. No, people, listen to me. People, if what that you don't want, you know what that you don't want. If what that you don't want, and that you don't want. Because I don't know what to do again in terms of not bringing the bar graph and show you for you to look on it by yourself. Right? Just imagine you have somebody who building your house, and when the person build your house and lean up your house, are you going to continue with that builder building your house and leaning up your house? Are you going to continue? No, you have somebody who fit into a more critical position than that. As it relates to Jamaica, the majority of Jamaican welfare, as it relates to security for the society. And how much time in strategy them lean up, and we still continue with them. We still continue with them. People,
Even increasing salary.
it is just, it doesn't make any sense. You understand? It doesn't make any sense for someone to continue to do the same thing over and expect a different result. As long as Oreshang is there, you are going to see result like this. It is not going to change. Regardless of the strategy that Oreshang put in, we have seen failure upon failure. It is not like Oreshang is putting in a strategy and we see where you're having reduction. You are not having reduction. You have situation now where people have the right to be panicked. People are in their homes and criminals finding the police uniforms to go and knock on their door and say police, right? What you want the people to do, right? Now just look at this again, right? The people are numb in the sense of cannot defend themselves because the society, you understand, this government lock them hands. You understand? Taking away the ability for them to even protect themselves. If you look at FLA doesn't see the need where Jamaicans need the necessary protective device, which is the firearm, to protect themselves even at home. So then even if FLA doesn't want to give someone service pistol, right? Give them a rifle to protect their home. Make them have a shotgun so that criminal can just go and just knock on them door and say police and go and go kill the people them. And we have seen it. And all that we have seen from the politician, okay, we have a bill and we post that bill, and that bill person's going to get 15 years in prison if they're caught with a gun. Immediately when them said, if people can remember the following day, you understand, about 5 or 6 more killed. You understand? Simply tell the government, say, well, all right, if we don't want the gun, no come take it. These persons don't care. You understand? Because when they look on the country that they live, when they look in the society that they live, if the leaders are committing crime themselves, what you want those people in the ghetto to do? Because the leaders are committing crime. And the crime that the leaders are committing is more devastating to the society than what the criminals are doing. Because face the fact, people, if a gunman goes and rob the Chinaman, you understand, few little $1,000, right? And I'm not, remember, I'm not endorsing that, I'm just saying, I'm just giving a comparison here. That if a gunman goes and rob a Chinaman, and rob a restaurant, and rob whatever and rob for a few $1,000s and blah blah blah. When you put Rural Reid, right, in the Ministry of Education, and Rural Reid is taking millions of dollars, you tell me, you understand, which is more, and which is more devastated? The criminal who robbed the Chinaman few $1,000s, or Rural Reid who robbed the ministry millions of dollars? And not only that, nothing has done to him. And remember, not even trial you don't want Rural Reid to face. And then the gunman do something, blah, 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 you understand, quote and blah, 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 blah. The whole criminal justice system is just foolishness. It's just, it seems like this government, and I'm not going to hesitate in saying it, it's just a facade, right? A government just being there, you understand, to commit legal robberies. Because that is what I'm seeing going on, right? And just pressuring poor people, put them more, higher inflation every day. Who cares about the poor people? Right? Can the poor people afford tertiary education? They can't. Right? No wonder why these leaders want to have the masses ignorant. So the few persons who are educated, right? Look at the amount of pressure that the working class of Jamaica is going through. The working class in Jamaica, they are the ones who are paying the more the tax, heavily burdened. Who are there to save them from these dilemmas, right? They have to live from paycheck to paycheck, right? Can't save a dime out of what they are working, right? So when you tell me all of that, and when you look even in the community, you understand the bridge breakdown, and you are going to tell the person if that bridge is the only bridge. Look at the response. If that bridge is the only bridge in Jamaica, you understand, and not even to listen to the person. You understand? And sympathize and empathize. But to show you how these politicians are jealous and cold, hang up phone in the man ears, disrespect him. I hope, Mr. Warmington, you know that you have disrespected this person and you will not be running again for election, for someone to vote you in power. You understand? To get that sort of representation. I hope you remember this. That when it comes to the political campaign, we don't see upon none. You understand? Because is that the way how you are going to represent your constituency? You understand? By hanging up phone in people's ears. Right? So when you look on the gross misrepresentation, you understand, coming from the government, right? For years upon years upon years upon years, poor people being, look at the Jamal program that Michael Manley farmed. You understand, for persons who reach a certain age but were not able to read and write properly, you understand, they have the chance to go back to Jamal, right, and make the effort, you understand, in learning how to read and do all of that. Remember, people, I remember this, it is the Jamaica Labour Party government eliminated that program and said that program is not good. Just remember, that Jamal program that served in the 70s, where if you have age of a person who, unfortunately don't know how to read, Jamal have time and space for them, going to show you our government is here. Because when Michael Manley Michael Manley say to himself that for people to become better of themselves, they have to do it through education. They have to do it through education so that people can aware, right? The more educated that we are, the more educated that the society is, the more prudent decision that we can make. But these current crop of politicians here, they make it to their point of duty that they don't want to educate the masses, because if they do, the people will fully aware, and many of them will not maintain power. And so then the masses become ignorant, right? And they continue, right? They want it that way. People, this government want it that way, because we have seen their actions. We have seen that they put themselves first. You understand? And the people last. They step on the people, right? And it's a shame that if Michael Manley was alive today and see what these politicians are doing to his people, right? I think that Michael Manley would have a brain hemorrhage, honestly speaking, because we have shifted so far away from democratic socialism, right? Where the government work for the people, right? The government work for the people, where the government see every single Jamaican as a stakeholder, every single Jamaican being important in the wheel of the economy, right? When we look and see how we undermine our agricultural sector. Farmers are pleading every day for help. You understand? To get that push, to get that drive, right? But these current crop of politicians, right, prefer to take in the foreign market, right, and collect the money under the table, political kickbacks, right, to give those people contracts, right, so those people can float in the foreign goods, and our farmers die in the soil. You tell me how that is nation building. Let me show you one place where you need to look. When you look in all of the hotels in Jamaica, and I am here to boss, I talk about the whole thing, you understand, and expose. When you look in all of the hotels in Jamaica, from Sandals Hotel, go all of them on the North Coast, people, when you look, you see the sort of produce truck that is going in. It is not local farmers. It's not local farmers, right? It's not local farmers. If this government is dealing with nation building, why our local farmers are not filling up the hotels? Why the hotels in Jamaica, let me talk this out now, why the hotels in Jamaica are not purchasing from our local farmers? The masses of their purchases is not, you understand, benefiting our local farmers, right? Because you know why? The political kickbacks. Yeah, man. The political kickbacks. And these are the things that I'm talking about. You understand? Now, we are here trying to depend on tourism because we make tourism becomes our number one industry. And that was a fundamental wrong that the government has done. By taking tourism to be the number one earner for our country. What should have been our number one earner for our country? Agriculture. Agriculture, right? The government need to at least help the farmers so that the farmers can get low banking interest rate. Low banking interest rates because they are dealing with nation building. They are dealing with nation building. Why? That when you look, when the farmer has to buy this sort of things to benefit their plants in the field, right? It is so expensive. So by the time the farmer's crop, right, comes to fruition, you understand, it is so expensive that when the farmers go into the local market, it cannot compete with those foreign products, those foreign tomatoes, those foreign potatoes, those foreign this and foreign that. Our local farmers cannot compete with them. So when they make the money, where that money is going, right? It is not circulating in Jamaica to build up Jamaica. Because guess what? You sideline our local farmers. Our local farmers are not benefiting. So then if our local farmers are not benefiting, right, the money is not circulating in Jamaica, right? Every person needs to become a stakeholder in the economy. And that is one of the reasons why I personally don't like capitalism under this government, under the Jamaica Labour Party government. It's a capitalist government. You understand? If people do the history and people look on the political philosophy that the Jamaica Labour Party practice, it's capitalism. And what capitalism does is to gear towards the rich and the elite, privatize everything. So then it is not every single Jamaican, you understand, is a stakeholder of the economy. We have to change that. We have to go back to the principal philosophy of democratic socialism, where the government work for the people and every single Jamaican be a part of being a stakeholder in the Jamaica economy. Now, to be honest, people, and let me say this to you loud and clear. Jamaicans don't even know if we want Jamaica. It seems like the Chinese now want Jamaica. And that is another dilemma that we need to talk about. So we will leave that for our next topic, right? And see what is going on in terms of selling out Jamaica. You understand what is going on with this government if we don't make our fingers speak positively, right? And kill the diarted nature. We have to have a paradigm shift in understand that our motives and energy must move towards nation building, positive energy towards Jamaica. Yes, I think I stayed too long. Kingland, what you have to say?
Why, see, you have to draw from a suit to come member of parliament, and I'm draw from a suit, boss.
No, man, talk of Kingland, you know, so I not left you tight in my
Draw from a
don't
suit,
know it
but
because Jamaica for all of us. But like how Jamaica for all of us, see them we give you a portion of the top.
yeah, I say you give a portion, but man, no, I think you like how you talk is about the facts to me. Jamaica can, I doubt if Jamaica would ever come back to Jamaica.
A lot of persons take that view, King Lion. You're not alone in that person.
Because the way our politics are deal with every situation now, it's just not the same. Both Labour right, both PNP.
Agree with you.
I have nothing. First of all, put it this way, everybody's in it for the money. Just for the money. Not for the people. The very few persons who are for the people, the other people them are shoot them a back burner. That's why I'm gonna say it once, I'm gonna say it again. These people need to step down and give the younger people them a try. Because guess what? The more they want to say, the more them are corrupt the little younger one, they will have their vision for Jamaica, yeah, corrupt them now. So when they reach in, they know they must say, yo, the vision when them have, they nobody want to do it again. Them a follow when them so-called mentor teach them. We need people to look for our vision for the people and so forth. When all the people are trying to put things in their pocket and go because it don't make no sense. It not benefit nobody at the end of the day. What the court of arms say? Out of many what?
Out of many one people.
All right. Well, it's out of many. Where the people there? People them not there. The many of them are the rich people. Them have it.
Well, I want to tell you something, King Lion. What you are saying, you are correct. You are on point with what you are saying because, as I said, a lot of us Jamaican are feeling, that way as it relates to that, the government doesn't really have our interests at heart. And you see, that is the fundamental reason, Lion, why for me to just come and just talk to the people and just not letting the people view the history for themselves and can decipher for themselves. And so then that's why I go into the archives and show you, as it relates to democratic socialism, the pioneer by Michael Manley, what the culture was. What was the political culture for the other day? You understand the vision that Michael Manley have as it relates to nation building. And not only that Michael Manley had those visions, Michael Manley fought tooth and nail, right, and get them passed. You understand, which is now today benefiting. You understand, a lot of people, but guess what? It seems like people's memory is so short. If Tara was here, Tara would talk about persons with myopic view, right? So, you see, people have to understand that, look, come out of the box thinking and think when we talk about patriotically, you understand, as opposed to dieted. I hate a conversation when I have, like, if you are talking randomly then, and we are talking about the responsibility of the incumbent government. One is going to try to tell me what the People's National Party did when they were in power and blah, blah, blah. So if we are keep on to having a conversation like that, we are talking about holding the incumbent government, who is the government, responsible for the day for what they have done. Because when the previous party was in power, we criticize the previous party too.
That's what I'm saying, B. That's what I'm saying, B.
Because look,
whether or not Labour anything, we put this way, if PNP going, Labour right blame PNP. If Labour right going, Labour right blame. It's just a blame game.
Yeah.
I remember.
And people suffers in the middle.
I don't know if you recall when Bruce Golding said to when Portia seemed to say, let us put our idea together and make Jamaica try to be a better Jamaica. And Portia never got side, Portia gone. He at the time Bush willing to put the differences aside and help build Jamaica because he wouldn't put that speech up and say, yo, let us put it and try to build Jamaica. This is it. Everybody got one in their throat.
Yeah, very strong point, King Lion. And let me just emphasize in terms of what you just said. We have seen this, right, so many times that if, okay, the incumbent party in power, right, obviously the incumbent party is in power, and the opposition came up with a brilliant idea that can work. The incumbent party doesn't want to take that opinion.
True.
Particularly if it is if it is really feasible, because their mindset is to say that, okay, if the opposition is guiding us towards certain policy that work, they might win the next election because they will speak about it. No,
True.
Let me tell you something. And this is where people's life drawn out in politics. I remember earlier, you understand, when I was, more youthful, so to say, right?
Still youthful.
That that people that when the Jamaican Labour Party do something, I don't know if anyone in the chat remember it. Them car speaker for the car, built by Labour, and PNP do something, built by PNP. Listen, all of that is foolish, right? What needs to happen, right, is putting Jamaicans forward. Putting Jamaica forward. And that's why
the key word I want to say is unite.
Exactly. And that's why we talk about patriotism. Right? When you are patriotic, even though you might vote for JLP, and if obviously you see that JLP is not, doing, running the country as it ought to, then of course feel free to come out and speak. Right? Because at the end of the day, we are all Jamaicans. None of us who born in Jamaica, born with a JLP
tag. PNP tag.
Insignia. None of us born with a JLP insignia. You understand, on our birth certificate. Our PNP insignia.
That must say tag.
So then, like a tag. Exactly. We are all Jamaicans and need to deal with the fundamental issues at hand. You understand? Now, crime. The number one issue right now that surrounds Jamaica.
Crime.
Right? It's crime. It's people security. Right? People are so numb, and I believe that based on the government policies, I don't know if the government don't know, but indirectly, the government of Jamaica lacking people, you understand, so that they are defenseless to the criminals. Because at the end of the day, if you are not looking at law-abiding citizens, look at the statistics. This is what I want the government to do. And I want FLA, you understand, to look into this. And when you look at the statistics, right, and see how many people being killed, and when you hear the news, the day-to-day news, you understand, where people running at people's house, you understand, kick out people's window, you understand, and going at people's house, and number 3 then. And the people are defenseless, right? You see that, right? People, you have seen instances where people might be there in place, they play domino, right? And they may want one person. You understand? The gangbang them come and spray everybody. You understand me? I say. So then, what happened to law-abiding citizens? Law-abiding citizens have the right to live. We have the right to survive. So I'm asking FLA to just reconsider the whole thing and just need to know say, well, even if you can't give the people them, you understand, keep and carry, so to speak, and you can give the people them license as it relates to a shotgun, you understand, at their home to protect their homes, then pass certain policies that the shotgun confined to their homes. At least you don't have intruder coming in from the people them when the people them asleep and snuff out them life. So what happened to the prudency? The Minister of National Security need to look into it. That if you are concerning about people of keep and carry, then okay, don't give them keep and carry, but give them a chance to say, then give them a shotgun.
Give them a fighting chance.
Give them a fighting chance. Because most of the time these things happen. The security forces are not there to protect them.
But they don't have no vehicle to respond.
They not even have a vehicle to respond. And the limited, I mean, it just don't make no sense. And then the Minister of National Security just well, trust me, I am honestly literally just hate to see them, to be honest. You understand? Knowing to the fuck, and I don't hate him personally. I want people to understand. I don't hate him personally. Him being Orisham, right? I hate to the fact that he has limited strategy for the crime plan. The both of them need to come together and work out a solution how to fight crime and to move the country forward instead of blaming each other who now do this from who will do it better. You understand, when in power. So
well said, Paula.
Well said, Paula.
And that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, but it not gonna happen. When I cut it back, right, I'm not asking this now. When election come, them ask me, they need a vote. I said, them say if I don't vote, what you don't vote, you don't have a tax. I say, hold on there.
Yeah.
So I look at them and say, what am I doing now? I said, listen, politician not talk for me. MP not talk for me. None of them are talk for me. So what can you do to secure my vote? When I said them walk away, I was like, you see, that's illiteracy. You not tell me forget my vote, but you just want me just go put that extra side and go, no, tell me why you want my vote. You say, they say every vote counts, every talk counts. They're not talking for me, they're talking for their pockets.
But let me back up what you said. King Lion, because a very good point to make. What is King Lion? Let me say this. Now you have a particular area, right? And let us talk about Montego Bay. And which it is going to happen. Now we have, right, a hurricane settings, tropical storm settings, right, facing Jamaica. And which we might see certain situation that really, you understand, reach to damage the country, you understand, more than how it's supposed to, you understand. Now, watch this now. Look in Montego Bay and the drains. You have all sorts of debris. If you go in a Montego Bay, right, anybody in a Montego Bay, then listen to me in a Montego Bay. When you look on the drain and the gullies, and you see the amount of debris that there, you understand, that prevent free flow of water. So to avoid it from overflow on the parochial road, you understand, and damage the road. Now, you wonder if you have a member of parliament. But guess what? You know who is the member of parliament for St. James? Is Horace Strong. You understand what I say? And when you look on that, not only that, let me tell Jamaican people something else again. Go back on the bar graph that I presented as it relates to Jamaica Constabulary Force bar graph. St. James under Horace Chang being the member of parliament. You understand? Horace Chang constituency, people. Horace Chang constituency. Let me repeat that. Horace Chang constituency has the worst crime stat. Think of it. And Horace Chang being there. So not even Horace Chang under his jurisdiction. You understand what I'm saying? Under his constituency. If Horace Chang cannot formulate a plan for his constituency to deal with crime, a Jamaican go find a plan for it. No, a Jamaican go find a strategy for it. Eh? St. James, as it relates to size, I think St. James is either the third or fourth largest parish in Jamaica. Smallest, one of the smallest parish in Jamaica. Sorry about it. Third smallest parish in Jamaica. I think Hanover smaller, but St. James is the third smallest parish in Jamaica. That little constituency, that you understand, under Horace Chang leadership, and that is leading the entire Jamaica in crime, right? So for people who want to check the stat, and you are going to tell me now, you understand that this man cannot manage effectively his constituency. How is he going to manage Jamaica, my brother? How is he going to manage Jamaica? If someone cannot cook, you understand, for a simple household, you understand? Or go up a big concert and go cook for 100 people. And him can't cook for a simple household. How are you going to do that? You understand? So these are the type of things that you attack, and people will believe, say, okay, all right, you understand, you sound political. You understand? And this and that and that and that and that. That is the dialectic mind. What you are talking about, don't talk about me sound political. Come with the data. Come with the evidence. You understand? The evidence when I show you about, you understand, the stat as it relates to the crime. You understand? It's not hiding up. So when you attack and you're being patriotic, you understand, deal with the crime stat. Deal with the bar graph that is showing that Jamaica, that St. James, you understand, is leading in crime in Jamaica. You understand? And yet Horace Chang is the Minister of National Security and the Deputy Prime Minister of Jamaica, and continue to fail over the years. Last year, known of a fact, St. James was leading. And this year, known of a fact, St. James is still leading. So I don't know what is happening. And next year, if we don't continue with him, St. James is still going to be leading. So what is the problem? What is the problem? You understand what I say? So for people who want to just be in diarrhea, you understand, before you be in diarrhea, and before you come and you're speaking, you understand, check your history and check the stat before you speak. At least have some foundation of your argument when you're coming to argue.
So, Baron, how you feel about bringing back capital punishment?
Okay, let me talk.
We're not straightforward, but
no, I'm going straightforward with you.
Yeah.
Right, as it relates to the death penalty, right? Without no hesitation, you understand?
Mm.
I believe that it is going to be a deterrent, and let me tell you why. So you know what I'm supporting.
Mm.
You understand? Let me tell you why. I make that judgment because I don't just speak and don't do research. Because me know so when time me come on here and speak, other persons are going to research and say, let me find out if I tell the truth or whatever. I know that. So I try to do my research first. Now let me show you certain things. When I research, you understand, countries who use the death penalty, right? And I want people to also go and do the research. I realize that their crime stat is very low. In Singapore, right, and other places, their crime stat is very low as opposed to people who refuse to use the death penalty. So then, what that goes to show me, that of course, the death penalty definitely is a deterrent. You understand what I'm saying? But what I realize as it relates to this incumbent government is that them speak of policies that they are going to do this or they are going to do that. You understand? And nothing being done. Just like Andrew Holness, you understand, spoke that he grew up into a 1-bedroom house. You understand, with his grandmother.
They want to
And
tell
then he grew up in a 2-bedroom house.
No, you have a
With
mansion.
his parents. You understand, and his sister. And then you see all of these. You understand what I say?
All right. B, you remember,
Yes.
when I go back in the history, I remember a youth, I remember it clearly. When them did hang, the first set of man, what happened to crime in the year there? Let me see if you remember. What happened to crime rate that year?
To be honest, I'm not going to ask as if I know.
No, that crime rate that time, because that time crime rate they dropped significantly. Because when they put in the capital punishment and do the first set of hanging,
that's a very good point, though.
Crime rate they drop, and what they calling people again about this and that and so, and them abolish it. Them abolish
you're talking about human rights?
Yes, but so all I'm saying. Yeah, well, what I'm saying now, the human rights, I don't give a rat. I don't care what I'm doing, but them for look on it now. Baron, if me see you do the crime and kill 10 people in front of me, how the hell must I make you sit down in prison and rat? That don't human rights don't have any right to say that. The right is a capital punishment. Death penalty. We see you do the crime. We have the proof. We have the evidence right there in front of you. What is there for you to go sit down in prison and for you to try to overturn, to come back into civilization, to either do the crime again?
Let me endorse a point. Here, King Lion. You understand? Boy, you're sharp tonight in King Lion. All right. Very good point. But guess what? When we look on the prison system sort of congested with all those criminals who do some gruesome crimes, unimaginable crimes, like the Russian Barnett, right? And sit in prison 120, 40 years, right? And when you look at that congestion in prison, right? Because you don't have a system that is eliminating that congestion. So then no wonder why you see the prosecution going to certain plea, because they don't want to clog the system anymore because the system is overclogged. No, if you did have the death penalty is a process of now reducing the clog.
Yes.
Because X amount of persons now would have gone through that process. You understand? And creating space. You understand? And which it serves a dual purpose, that it would be now creating space, you understand, in the penal system, and at the same time serve as deterrent. So people would, stay away from doing certain atrocities. So two purposes it has enough. One, it helps to reduce the clogging that is within the system. You understand? Because person will pass through that process. You know what I mean? I don't want to
get a Jamaican term. We are purge. We are purge.
Exactly.
The system for we are purge out some of the.
You said purge. So let me work with the word.
We are purge out some of the.
Let me work with the purge.
We are purge out some of the.
The death penalty would serve as a purge. You understand? To know, lighten the numbers, clear up the clogging.
Yeah.
But as how the system is functioning now, King Lion, it's just that there is nothing to clear the clog of the system. And the system has been overclogged. You understand? So what it seems that the system is doing now is, okay, if we can get out of some plea, you understand, and blah, 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 faster pass people through the system and see, that cannot clear the system. The system has to physically clear. That is how we are going to clear the system. Physically clear the system. You understand what I say?
Yeah.
So this goes to again in terms of what strategy. what are the strategies that the Minister of National Security have? You understand in terms of these issues? Yeah, one of the most important things, you understand, is community policing. But again, when you look at community policing, Kingland, and let me talk this, and I'm not really hesitate in saying that. Well, I'm not say majority, let me take back that. We have a large number of police officers who are affiliated with gangs. Them know the gang banger. You understand? Them know what are going on. But the police officers who are affiliated with the gangs are also involved with extortions. So the gang leader, you understand, might be active in a particular area. Let's just talk about downtown Kingston then. For whatever gang who involved active in that area, they played upon the business people that the business people need to pay protection money. So that protection money, that level of extortion also corrupted police officers feed into that. So when you hear the people them say, I am scared to give the police information. The people have a right to be scared because of the affiliation of some of these ace investigators affiliated with these criminals. Lesson to learn, and let me show you the evidence, because I'm not going to speak and don't bring evidence and don't highlight it. Now, when you look at the Klansman trial, so to speak, look at it. That there was a particular number 3 committed. For my new subscribers, when we speak about number 3, we are talking about murder or killings. Right? So I'm not going to be saying that again as it relates to YouTube policy. So let me say that. So when it comes to certain gang who are operating in certain area, so we are talking about the Klansman trial. Look into the Klansman trial, where you have the judge didn't have a choice more than make 4 or 5 Klansman gang member walk. Why did they walk, King Lion? And why did they walk, my listeners? They walk because simply the police who photographed the scene as it relates to a crime committed, you understand, misplaced the photos. Misplaced the photos of the crime scene. So then, if the photos misplaced, you understand, of the crime scene, what the judge must do? The judge must believe by ears that a crime was committed.
Nope, I'm not sure that.
So this goes to show you. This goes to show you the level of corruption, right? Some people may say, well, boy, trust me, I don't know how Jamaica is going to be fixed. These are the reasons why the people are saying it. These are the simple reasons why the people are saying it. You understand? Because the police officers, you understand, their mission statement is to protect and serve. You understand?
No, we
involving crime, them involving this, them involving that, them involving extortion, them involved in cleaning crime scene, because we've seen in the Donnelly case, the Chantel Makala case.
Sir, I'm not cut you. When you're talking those slogans, you need to put in the right slogan. They don't protect and serve. They protect and thief.
All right. But your father said, King Lion, Paula said, them can't be trusted.
Them can't.
And Paula, listen me. That is so true. This is no joke.
I remember one time I went to a store and I'm going to teach some youth about police officer. I must say, listen, the law can be corrupt and it can't be corrupt. And as a police can be corrupt and can be. And I was two strap away again. Two strap away. When a corporal come up in my face. I was inspector there, them do a routine search. And inspector there, and the corporal come up in my face, and the female inspector stepped to him and said to him that the young man didn't say anything wrong. The young man is right.
Let's look at that.
The shopper stepped in and she looked at me and said, young man, continue what you're saying. I like what you're saying. Because right there and then, they can say, am I one of them?
But hold on. King Line, as you talk about a corporal, I just remember an incident, and other Jamaican would have some would have known about this incident, where a police corporal, to be specific, finished his tour of duty in St. Catherine, take off his uniform, and the next thing, he was caught in Ocho Rios, attempt to rob a bank. Attempt to rob a bank. No, look, this is not joking, my friend. You understand? It is a serious, as I am speaking here. The policeman finished his tour of duty, right, in St. Catherine, and was caught in Ochi. Look how far away. You understand? Attempting to rob bank. Can you imagine? So, I mean, look, and this, to me, and this is one of the reasons why I'm going back to FLA again. By the mere fact that you're in Jamaica, FLA shouldn't be asking people why you need a firearm. Because the moment you're in Jamaica, you're exposed to all sorts of things. And so then, by being in Jamaica, where FLA is supposed to analyze the stats and see what they go on with the crime. You understand? We have seen instances where people, they do them shopping in a supermarket and man going there, they rob the people there.
True.
So let's look at that. So by the mere fact, look, you can be at your home and you decide, say, all right, look here, I am going to the marketplace or I'm going to the supermarket. So let's get few goods and come back home. And guess what? While you're on that particular occasion, anything can go wrong. You're in Jamaica. Anything can go wrong. Gone are the days. You understand where we could have guaranteed certain safety. It cannot be guaranteed again. Right? So, and that is one of the reasons why FLA, you understand, should open enough, you understand, to give law-abiding citizens firearms. If the man don't have no criminal record, you understand, make the man have at least some effort of protection, that man, that you don't have the hoodlums who can just run in at the man house. The other day I heard where a lady was crying out. Oh, gunman just run in the yard, come in the house. You understand? And kill who them to kill. So when you look at that, what is the defense mechanism that the society have? The society are sitting ducks by the policy of FLA. They're going to remain sitting ducks by these politicians and FLA policy. It cannot be.
I agree to disagree. Meaning what, you have a right to bear arms, and then again you don't have a right because you have some of these people, them get the firearm, and when they go anywhere, them are show it up and a pop and a show like it's a showcase. And when that is showcase now, that means that you only prone yourself to being robbed, killed, or something. Yeah, I also get broken. I must say, so Baron have 2 AK and we're gonna rob him house, but we have to be very careful. You can't. A firearm is supposed to be concealed. No one must know what you have that. But a lot of people in Jamaica don't know how to conceal a firearm. Them just show it.
But let me say something to you, King Lion. I don't think that FLA would have, well, let me say what they're supposed to do. What they're supposed to do.
Okay.
Right? I don't think that FLA would have given someone a firearm without having certain knowledge of the usage of the firearm and the carrying of the firearm. So when you look at those two components, right, in order for persons to get firearm based on certain processes,
all right,
we have to have some awareness as it relates to usage.
They will pass
and the carrying of the firearm.
What, Byron? They will pass all the tests. They will. But once they pass the test and get the firearm, it all changes. Because they must say, oh, I'm going to get it now. I'm not fair. They don't know, say the thing what they've been taught, it still goes on until they're going to end. So, I'm going to get the firearm now. Boom. That I'm trying to tell you, they will pass every obstacle that is there just to get the firearm. And once they get it, they come back to scream, oh, I have a firearm now. Boom. And I show it.
Well, at the end of the day, you understand they were orientated. And if they choose to do otherwise, just like any other law, right, as it relates to as I said, as it relates to any other law, people will choose to do whatever they want to do. But whenever you have a situation that they call to give an account, they will give an account. You understand? So if they breach or whatever they want to do, or if they want to drop their guards, you understand, and operate unsafely, then you understand, to each his own. You understand? You have to know the importance of, you understand, the conceal and carry. You have to know the importance in terms of storing your firearm, carrying your firearm, and making sure that you have the necessary training and so forth and so forth. But what I'm saying, at the end of the day, if just like someone just kick off a person's house and venture into the person's living space, you understand, and the person don't have anything to protect himself. What is that? How that person is going to protect himself? The police is not going to be there. You understand? So then, what I am saying in terms of prudency, just like look, in America, in the United States, if the United States was thinking like Jamaica, they wouldn't provide the Second Amendment in the US. The Second Amendment is there for a purpose. You understand? And so then, while the citizens have the right, you understand, to arm themselves, to bear arms, you understand, United States have processes in terms of certain guidance. And when persons commit themselves, you understand, they will be dealt with accordingly. So then here, if you are going to have processes the same way, and if persons commit themselves, they are going to be dealt with accordingly. The facts still remain though. And let me give you the statistics. As it relates to persons who have, been applicable to FLA situation and having firearm license, you have not seen where the stat is going to show you that, okay, all right, X amount of firearm persons lose their firearm to gunman. Say 2019, X amount lose, 2020, X amount lose, 2021, and so forth. You understand what I'm talking about as it relates to a bar graph that will show that. You understand? FLA, persons who bear firearm as it relates to FLA. You understand? You're not seeing that. So it goes to show you that the persons who are bearing their arms, right, are doing the appropriate thing up until this point. So then, just make it more accessible. You understand? Because if those people who are currently with FLA, you understand, who are, majority of them, let me say that correctly. So if you have one and two who mess up, you understand, may I say majority of them who obeying the policies of FLA, living by the policies, you understand, they're not messing up. They're not messing up. And so then, have that situation extend, you understand, to, more people, so that they have a chance, a fighting chance, to protect themselves from these hoodlums, you understand, who kick off the people them door, you understand, and go in and, you understand, rob the people, you understand, rape and commit all sort of atrocities, you understand, and then when you look at your statistics, your crime statistics, you understand, just get out of hand and you can't manage, you don't know what to do. You understand me? I say, help law-abiding citizen, you understand, becomes, you understand, part and parcel of the strategy. Make law-abiding citizen becomes part and parcel of the crime strategy. Simple means that, guess what? If you have to educate them as it relates to the usage, if you have to educate them as it relates to the storage, if you have to educate them in terms of carrying the firearm, educate them. but you have to give them a fighting chance and don't have the people in Jamaica or the Jamaican society becomes sitting ducks, you understand, to criminals who have sophisticated weapons. You understand? What the people then go and use and fight and defend themselves? Nothing more than just sit down and just take them dead. And the government and us don't know what they do. You understand? The citizens, law-abiding citizens, give them a chance. You understand? To protect themselves because the police force is not protecting them. Certainly not. They are not protecting them. And that's why the crime statistics is like that. The day that FLA recognize and the government recognize that arming law-abiding citizens makes sense, that will cause a reduction. All right. So, King Lion, you know, so we have mom's time, you know, wifey time. So, wifey time coming up on Jeopardy fans. So once again, I want to say big thanks for my usual listeners to always, you know, listening, tuning, and for any potential new subscribers who want to subscribe. Come on board. We love you. We want to grow with you as a family, right? To subscribe to us, you understand? We really feeling pleased about that. All right, and like, share us out, and so forth. Once again, thank you for listening to me and King Lion. Any last word?
Excuse me.
Come in, Lion.
Lion roar.
Okay, well, obviously there's some reason why the lion is not roaring. So, wifey, I'm just going to hand over to you. Right? Here you go.
Okay, guys. Again, it has been an enlightening topic. Thank you, Baron, for presenting.
You're welcome.
Your point and having such a insightful discussion. All right, so guys, it is time for Jeopardy Friday. No, we weren't able to do it last week, but we're making sure that we are doing it this week. Tiffany said, I would love to draw your file, so come and join the family. Yes, she loves pull people that kit.
Yes.
All right.
Docket puller.
All right, guys. So we're going to go into Jeopardy. So I'm just gonna share my screen with you with the template, and again, I'm gonna go over the rules. So remember, if you're answering about a place or thing, it is what is, and if you're answering for a person's name, it is who is. And the question is in the form of a statement, and you're going to give your answer in the form of a question.
Is King Lion still there?
Not sure, should be.
Lion, are you still there?
I just mute.
Oh, turn on.
No, I turned it off. You can turn it on when you're ready.
Oh,
okay. Turn it off. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. So there we go. That's the template. And we have scrambled words, mathematics, geography, current affair, and riddles. So first person, it's a free-for-all to begin with. So the first category I see with how many points, that's the one we're going to start with. Person who answers the question correctly gets to choose the next category, and so on and
okay,
so on.
and for new persons who want to join in and play, feel free to join in and play. We have prize giving away $1,000 credit for the winner, and four other persons will get $500 credit from once you're on the board. All right, so we have 5 giveaway prize, $1,000 for the winner, and $500 for the other 4 persons on the board.
$500 each.
$500 each.
Credit. Digital
credit.
All right, so Tiffany's saying riddles for 100. Okay, let's see. Patch by patch and no have no seam. So patch by patch and no have no seam. So answer that riddle. Tiffany said, so you can't have true or false. Yes, I can put some of those in, yes.
Yeah, we can put some of them on those.
Where's the riddles one? Patch by patch and I have no seam. Nope, I'm not seeing the answer that I am looking for. There's laughing at Chuck Life answer. Chuck Life said, what is Jamaican roads?
Technically, he's right. Let me say that.
No, I'm not seeing the answer yet. And when you see the answer, guys, remember that I didn't come up with the riddle and I did not come up with the answer.
Which category they're in, miss?
Riddles for 100.
The person who pick it, them sick, for real.
King Man, you have a wife is
Be my love your wife, but the wife always kill me at a Friday night time.
You see it?
You know, but no. You know what? You don't know.
Use up the brain.
I don't know where she got that one from.
Yeah, I say, come like when you're asleep, she say, yeah, hear me. Him not say, no, me, I'll put up a patch for them Friday. And every Friday.
No, man. King Man is brain teaser. With the advent of technology, people brain become too lazy. So it's to exercise your brain. Yes. So I see the answer that I am looking for. So let's reveal the answer. So the answer is, what is lettuce or cabbage? And remember, people, I did not come up with the riddle and I did not come up.
Who is the lucky winner for that?
So the winner is David. So David got that for 100.
For 100?
What is cabbage?
Okay.
So David get to choose the next category. When it's a dead with love. Let's see if I'll come up. So David, choose the next category. Well, you want to reduce for 200. All right, let's see. Round like a biscuit, busy like a bee.
Wow.
Round like a biscuit,
And
busy like a bee. Hand me a pen, please.
Like this one.
Just what?
What?
Can't hold her pan a one day.
No, sir.
Mm-hmm. All right, I see more answers coming in. All right, let me refresh, but I think I see the winner already. All right, so I'm not gonna tarry. I see the answer that I am looking for, and it is, what is a clock or watch? And Tiffany answered that correctly, so 200 points for Tiffany.
All right.
And Tiffany gets to choose the next category. So Tiffany, she also came up with watch. Paula came up with clock as well. And David, no.
All right, so there goes Tiffany on 200 points, David on 100 points. Tiffany, your time to choose a category.
She chose riddles for 300. I can travel from there to here by disappearing and here to there by reappearing. What is it? And it's a double point answer.
Woo!
I can travel from there to here, pay attention, by disappearing and here to there by reappearing. What is it? Pay attention.
Double point answer.
Giving you a clue, just pay keen attention. I can travel, let me read it again. I can travel from there to here by disappearing. Pay attention. And here to there by reappearing. What is it? Nope, not seen the answer yet. You're onto something, David, but not a clue. Pay attention to the letters. Pay attention to the letters. Chocolate, you're onto something, you and David, but pay attention to the letters. I can travel from there to here by disappearing, and from here to there by reappearing. What is it? All right, I see the answer that I am looking for, and I don't know more people coming in with it. So let me do my due diligence and refresh just in case. All right. So I see the answer that I am looking for, and the answer is, what is the letter T? So I can travel from there, take off the T, you get here by disappearing, and from here you add back the T to here, to you get there by reappearing.
Okay.
So, all right. So the first person to come in with the correct answer is David. Then Kingland, but you forgot the letter, and then Shortclife, and that was for 300 points.
So 600 points? Double point?
Double point, yes, so 600 points.
Whoa.
Charlie! Welcome, Charlie. Happy Friday.
Yeah, man. Regal Jeopardy done. Charlie there. Jeopardy done.
You see it? Kingland, Charlie appear. Charlie appear and say, what is dopey? Okay, so points. Tiffany on 200, David on 700 points. Yes, David, your time to choose a category.
And they said, Jano, make give up. Lol. Oh, Tiffany said her answer wasn't coming in. I'm laughing. Okay. And he said current affairs for 100. All right, current affairs for 100. Minister of Transport and Mining, give his name. Minister of Transport and Mining, give his name. I hope everybody's seen it.
Ricky Ricardo, the general, the move.
Ricky Ricardo, welcome, happy Friday.
3-star general there.
All right, them British, them know them current affairs. All right, let's see who first came in with the correct response. Kingland, really?
I was typing too fast, that's why. My apologies.
All right, first on the board, running in with the correct answer is Two-Stripe General. A two-stripe, you'll give you.
No, man, 3-star general.
3-star general.
3-star general. Ricky Ricardo.
Ricky Ricardo.
Ricardo.
I'm just running with the answer, so.
How much points was that?
It was 100 points.
Hold on, somebody's having a problem. Can I go? Somebody have me on the screen answering questions. Tiffany Nation.
Okay.
So I'm going down on the chat to please Tiffany.
All right.
Okay, Tiffany, I'm coming down. Point taken.
All right, let me.
All right, I'm going down.
All right, let me reveal the screen again. There we go. So Ricardo, you choose the next category. It's a note to Charlie. Charlie said good night and day, everyone. Welcome.
Nice of yourself, Charlie.
Tiffany said David didn't finish the riddles. All right, so who is Audley Shaw? So that was the answer. Truck Life got that as well. Ricardo.
Who's the winner for that?
Hold on. Okay, Truck Life came after Ricardo. So Ricardo was the winner. So we're just waiting on him to choose.
Okay, how much points for that?
100. You gave it already.
Okay.
And Truck Life said, where Ricardo come from? Charlie said, Dirty Delco there. Oh my God, I'm not easy at all. All right, so. Oh, him said, what is Oh my goodness, no, it goes to Truck Life. Sorry.
Oh.
He said what is, I didn't even realize only because
So
the name.
it's Truck
So you
Life?
should say, yeah, him say me wrong, him say what is. Yes, so it's Truck Life,
Truck
got
Life.
it.
Okay.
So Truck Life said who is, yes. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so let me repeat
Pay
it.
full attention. Thanks for that.
All right.
correction,
So
Ricardo.
David on 700 points, Tiffany on 200 points, Truck Life on 100 points. Truck Life, your time to choose a category. Sorry about that, Truck
It's a
Life.
riddles 400. Him say him still there, road, so I'm gone again.
Okay. Truck Life.
So Ricardo is still on the road, so it's gone again. All right, so Truck Life is saying, oops, oh my God, sorry guys. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing. 1 sec. Oh, I believe that. 1 sec, let me bring it back up. The mouse. Oh, 1 sec, let me just get rid of the categories that you all did already.
All right.
Sorry about that, guys.
So Truck Life is on the board. Tiffany, Truck Life on 100 points. Tiffany, 200 points. And David in the lead with 700 points. David had a big one so far.
I tell you. Right. And then what's current affairs?
Yeah, we highlight that already.
Yeah, I'm taking them off because once it starts over, it bring up back the entire template. So I had to take it back off. I didn't realize the mouse was over there. All right, sorry about that, guys. All right, let me share it again.
All right.
There we go. All right, so it said for 400, what happens 1 time in a minute, 2 times in a week, and 1 time in a year? So what happens 1 time in a minute, 2 times in a week, and 1 time in a year? What? Ricardo said, feel honest tonight, lol. Soon come back though. Me gonna me yard. Him a go in me yard now. So he's going home now.
All right.
Chuck and say, Ricardo, take your time. Oh my God. All right. So first on the board with the correct response, let me just make sure I refresh. So first on the board with the correct response, I see the answer I'm looking for, and it's what is the letter E? And that goes to David, then Tiffany, Truck Life. Truck Life said, wow, really?
That's for 400 points?
Yeah.
That's for 400 points?
Yes.
Whoa. David at each board.
Shirley said, what is crosses? Crosses bun and poverty?
What is crosses bun and poverty?
I said, David, delete your answer. You not spell correctly. Oh my goodness. So he's saying math for 300. 5 multiplied by 20. 5 multiplied by 20.
54 multiplied by 20.
54 multiplied by 20 people. Sorry, I look funny, I keep on repeat the same thing. Oh my God. So 54 multiplied by 80.
By 20.
Guys, I don't know, so I'm tired. 54 multiplied by 20. All right, let's see who came in with the correct answer. And I see the answers that I am looking for. And the correct answer is 1080. Let's see who first came in with the correct answer. Let me just reveal the screen in the meanwhile. So first with the correct answer is David, then Truck Life, then Empress. Welcome, welcome, Empress. Happy
All
Friday. And Maureen Vass.
How many points for that, Tony?
Yeah?
How many points for that?
How many points for it again? 300.
300?
300.
Who get it?
David. David. David, 300.
Whoa, David wants it tonight.
David said, watch tired. You know what, David, how you know?
Okay.
Extra tired, and trust me, tonight is another night.
So, Truck Life on 100 points, Tiffany on 200 points, and David 1400 points. David, your time to choose a category. Boy, David are going tough tonight.
So, Truck Life, Empress, Tiffany, welcome, welcome again, Empress, and Maureen Vassal, welcome, came in answering. Happy Friday to you. Really appreciate
Bless
you
yourself,
being
Maureen.
here. And King Lion also came in with the correct answer.
All right.
And Chupsy said, lol. Okay, and David is saying math for 200. All right. So math for 200. What is the time on the clock? Can't be giving too many brain teasers today. What is the time on the clock? Let's see who can read clock or watch.
We'll find out who can read the watch tonight, you know.
Oh, it's over here, so that's why I can wonder where the hell I put it. All right.
What? No, sir. Oh, well, go on.
Oh, so much people can't read clock. Seriously? Seriously, people? All right, so I see the answers that I am looking for. Chocolate, if you had forgotten to put the what is. All right, so I see the answer that I am looking for. So all the non-clock readers.
What is 350?
250. All right. So you know a lot of people just use to them digital watch.
Exactly.
And not the one with the minute and the second hand.
That's why we need them tonight, man.
So first on the board with the correct response is Tiffany. Truck Life has, but he didn't put what first, and he went back and corrected it.
So only 3 persons on the board for tonight.
David, Charlie. No, it's not only 3 board persons.
Much for the point.
Maureen.
Much for the points.
It was 300.
300?
Wait. I just went back. No, 200. Sorry.
No, 300.
No, that was not it. That is the one.
Oh, 200.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was 200 points. And you need to pay attention.
Okay, so Truck Life is 100 points, Tiffany on 400 points, and David in the lead, 1,400 points.
Charlie, not easy.
What Charlie has said?
Oh my God. Charlie said, anybody at 350 and don't
step.
David said, me not like this. Tiffany said 350 fully done. Chocolate said, Charlie and true. Here David now done some bossy. And Charlie is laughing. Yeah, Tiffany, yes, she said it was 200, yes. All right, so let's, she says riddles for 500. I want to come out of my eye. So riddles for 500. What dog can't stay? Why dog can't stay in one yard? Why can't a dog stay in one yard? Why can't a dog stay in one yard?
You've never seen that answer.
And guys, remember that I did not come up with this riddle. I did not come up with the
Dead
answer.
dog.
Okay, finish that, Ricardo. Okay. All right, so I see I see the answer that I am looking for.
Mix it with the move what your hungry belly. Move what you want going hungry.
Oh my God. Ricardo. Okay, Ricardo started. So I see the answer that I am looking for. Let me reveal the answer. Boy, easy. What is because 3 feet make 1 yard and a dog has 4 feet? Oh my goodness.
Yes, you know 1 yard.
And that was 500 points.
500
so let
points.
me tell you
Who
who's getting it. So it's Ricardo.
This is 500 points. You know, I noticed with Ricky, he always come in with a big points in there.
Mm-hmm. He not eat no little food, he eat big food.
Ricky get that?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He started and then he didn't finish and then he went back and started over.
So him up on the board.
When they say, what is dead dog? Chuck Life is saying, what is
All
the
right.
love mark them territory?
So the score as it is, Chuck Life on 100 points, Tiffany on 400 points, Ricardo and 500 points, David 1400 points. Why David around the board at tonight?
Since I forgot to put what is Empress also answered. Charlie Pitts said the same thing when you said.
I lie.
What is
Seriously?
the reason that man can't stay in his yard?
What is this reason?
No, sir. Charlie. Boy, may I tell you.
Now agree with Charlie.
Ricardo said, I like David I lead. Yes, David I lead.
Yeah, man, David I lead the board. David upon 1,400 points.
And Nixon said, Truck Life upon the board. Yes, Truck Life upon the board.
Truck Life upon the board from early. How mix it?
Right, so
Mix it away there.
Ricardo, choose the category and for how many points? Ricardo said, go on, David. If I need to tell Charlie to come go up. All right, Ricardo, choose. And they said, go on, David. Did he choose? Makes sense. Let me get a late start.
Ah.
All right. Oh, you did some math for 500.
Or maths for 500?
Oh my God. All right. How many degrees is angle ABE? How many degrees is angle ABE? You know the game, boss? How many degrees is angle ABE?
No, 175.
Well, let me see what they have there. What? All right. They said them British bad, you know, me say all of the degrees are come up. Oh, you put the degree there, Empress? Oh my God. All right. I see the answer that I am looking for, so I am going to reveal it. So what is 95 degrees? Mm-hmm. What is 95 degrees? So you add up all the angles. All right, so that was for 500 points. So first on the board with the correct response is Empress.
Empress upon the board.
What is 95 degrees?
Empress,
so you just
one.
add all the angles.
And how much goes for that? 500 points?
Oh, she said it's in the symbol section. Yeah, 500 points for Empress.
Wow.
How 5 drop in? Do the math. Mixing.
Adding all the angles.
Add all the angles. 37 plus 35 is 72, and then 23 added to 72 is 95.
95, yeah.
Yeah, I think some people
So,
were adding too fast. So I realized a lot of people dropped short and said 90.
the score as it is, Short Life on 100 points, Tiffany on 400 points, Empress on 500 points, Ricky Ricardo 500 points, David in the lead 1,400 points. Empress, your time to choose a category.
Let me okay, there's the board. Okay. Okay, and she showed them how to work it out. Oh, mixing same can't see the numbers in it. Hush. This is in device. Hush.
Okay.
Oh, so they didn't add. They just look at it and assume right angle. Okay, Empress is saying scrambled. Okay, saying he understands now. And Empress is saying scrambled for 500. Okay, so unscramble those letters, make a word. So unscramble those letters. Wow. Welcome, Daniel. Happy Friday, Rochelle. Welcome. Happy Saturday. Thank you so much for joining. Oops. I still have a comment up here. Okay. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome each and every one. All right, so I see the answer that I am looking for, so I will not delay. What is Bethlehem? So let's see who first came in, and that is for 500 points. So let's see who first came in with the correct response. Great, so first with the correct response is Empress. Then
What?
Tammy, but she forgot to put the what.
So that's Empress again?
Empress, and that's for 500. That's why they took it off 500 points.
What? Oh, Empress was tonight.
And Daniel also came in, King Lion.
Okay, so there you have it. Chuck Life on 100 points, Tiffany on 400 points, Ricky Ricardo 500 points, Empress 1,000 points, and David 1,400 points. Yes, Empress, go ahead and choose a category.
Okay, welcome, James. Happy Friday. Thank you for that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Tommy said, Chuck Life, you couldn't call me, I'm late. King Dan Sim don't like spelling. Boy, Charlie answer.
What Charlie I said?
So if you answer them classic. All right, so Empress choose. Okay, she said scrambled for 400. Little bit. And it's double point answer. So it's a double point answer for that. So make a word out of those letters. It's a them British bud. I tell you. All right, let's see if somebody else is going to come up with it, and then I will reveal the answer. Right, so I see the answer that I am looking for, and it is what is resurrection? So first on the board with the correct response is, come chat, stop running, is oh, come on, somebody hold on. Let me look at it from here because I know I saw it.
No, it's a Tiffany.
It's a Tiffany then.
5 with Empress first.
Oh, I'm not seeing some of them on this. Why? One sec, guys. Then I can't refresh it on that.
No, David first. Wait. Let's see.
One sec, guys. I'm having some issues. I'm seeing some responses. I'm not seeing the others when I refresh on this device. Let's do it again. All right. Okay. All right, so just started there. All right. Okay, it's coming up now. All right. So first on the board with the correct response is David, then Empress, then Tiffany,
And how much?
Daniel, Ricardo, and that is for 400.
400?
Points. Yeah.
Wow. So there we have it. Short Life on 100 points. Tiffany, 400 points. Ricardo, 500 points. Empress, 1,000 points. And David, 1,800 points. David, your time to choose a category.
It makes sense and feel like him doomed tonight. Oh, it makes sense, man. Just make your finger them get nimble. Nimble up your fingers. Yes, Tiffany, I saw it's David first, but I don't know what was happening. It was only showing me some of the answers and not all, but I was seeing all on the main device. So I had to refresh again. All right, so David, let's see what you chose. Yes, that's why I triple checked Empress, because you know them love shout at me in a tone of words. Your clips and nimble those fingers more fat. Come, David, what category are you choosing, or did I miss your choice? Let me just double check to make sure I didn't. Oh yes, it's double. Baron.
Huh? It's double?
It's double. It's a double point. So
Oh, okay.
it's
We were correct.
800. I mean, them are shouting at them tone of words,
Okay,
you know.
so it double?
Yes. So double for David.
So 4 more 100?
4 more 100 on that.
Okay.
You know, so you need to pay attention, you know, scorekeeper, because you know.
Oh, you never tell me say double?
It was on there.
Okay, so we covered that. So score as it is, Short Life on 100 points, Tiffany on 400 points, Ricardo on 500 points, Empress 1,000 points, and David 2,200 points.
All right.
David a burn up the board. Why, Ricky? David a run left tonight, you know. Well, go on, Ricky.
Charlie said if never make Delco win tonight.
Charlie, you don't see it. Delco the run with the cash tonight.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's see the category that David chose. Geography for 500. The Empress said, see what I'm talking, and pure shout Delco shout at you. Man, tell you. Chocolate said Mr. Scorekeeper is not doing his job.
No, we never know say double points.
Scrambled with the tired, so I need to pay keen attention.
All right.
All right, so it's saying geography for 500. All right. We are visiting the former home of Hollywood actor Errol Flynn. In the 90s, it was the setting for the movies Cocktail and Lord of the Flies. Where are we in? It's supposed to be where are we in?
Mhm.
So it's supposed to be which part? So where are we in? So where are we? And that one was for 500. So where are we? Which parish are we in? Or which town? It's in Jamaica. Yeah, we are in Jamaica.
And this is a history that we need to know because I never know that.
But said, Charlie said Bollywood. What? Where's that, Ricardo? Yeah, so it's in Jamaica.
Yeah, this is in Jamaica. This is in Jamaica. Oh, parish in it?
It can be partial to the town. I will take the parish even if let me get the parish. Okay. What's your Ricardo? Ricardo, I'll give you the exact location. All right, I see the answer that I am looking for. What is Port Antonio? All right. So let's see who first came in with the correct response.
500 points is?
Mm-hmm.
Big points. You know, some people go on this line.
So it says Frenchman's Cove, Port Antonio, Portland, Jamaica. Chocolate. So where is Port Antonio? All right, let's see what they're saying in the chat. Because, all right, Tammy said where is Portland? So she's call it correct.
Yeah.
She put the parish. Ricardo narrowed down to the town. So what say you guys? Should I give it to Tammy or should I give it to Ricardo?
$500 points.
Yeah, that is 500 points.
So who answered first?
Ricardo gave the specifics, Port Antonio, but Tammy said.
Was Tammy first?
Tammy said Portland, but it's Port Antonio because Portland is a big place. So yeah, Ricardo, we're gonna give it to Ricardo because it's a town of Port Antonio. Parish is a big place. All right, so that's 500 points for Ricardo.
Okay.
Ricardo over the other side.
So that one goes to Ricky Ricardo, the 3-star general. Your time to choose. So Chuck Life on 100 points. Tiffany, 400 points. Ricardo and Empress on 1,000 points each. And David, 2,200 points. Boy, David, I don't know. First.
Welcome, Lizzie. A listener. Happy Friday happy Saturday. You're over there in the Philippines. Happy Saturday to you. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate you being here. Ricardo say, I'm there fritting up. And what Empress said? Empress say, Ricardo, you fight against, you'd get it if you put Portland though. Okay, what Vixen said, John no Tommy, it looks sticky for me. Nimble up the finger them, man. Nimble up the finger them. And yoga with Goga is here. He's saying, hey miss, happy to have made it this morning. So Mystic Sensation. Welcome, Yoga. Thank you so much.
Bless myself, Yoga.
Here. So it's Goga.
Yeah,
Thank you
Yoga
so
with
much.
Goga.
Thank you so much for being here. Good morning to you. How are you doing? Happy Saturday. You're at Saturday now because you're over there in Africa. Welcome. And Ricardo is saying math for 400. We're in the fireplace. The place I get hot now.
Well, I'm the one that stays here, man, because we can't take the coolest.
AC on and fireplace on. Okay. Gary buys 3 tickets to a movie for a total of $26.25. He pays with a $20 bill and a $10 bill. How much change should he get back? How much change should he get back? So Gary buys 3 tickets to a movie for a total of $26.25. He pays with a $20 bill and a $10 bill. How much change should he get back? Okay, I see the answers that I'm looking for. People are typing so fast that they're making mistakes. All right. What is $3.75 change? And we did that one, and we did that one. All right, and that's for 400 points. So let's see who first came in the correct response. She says, where is no? That's a 375 truck life. You forgot your points. So first on the board, it's between Tiffany and David. So let's refresh and see who actually came in first there. So first it's Tiffany, then David, then Tammy corrected herself, then Moffat. 400, yeah.
What, Tiffany, beginning of the money now?
All right, so there's the board.
Okay, so there you have it. Truck Life on 100 points. Tiffany on 800 points. Ricky Ricardo, 1,000 points. Empress, 1,000 points. And David, 2,200 points.
Charlie said, why am I do with change? Keep it and say thank you for the tip. Him couldn't afford to give the tip that day, Charlie. They need the change to make up in bus fare for go home or in taxi fare. All right. All right, so okay, so Tiffany, you choose the next category and for how many points? Len said, I'm going bed in car with nothing. Good night, Len. Rest well and have a wonderful and blessed weekend and a very productive week.
Bless yourself, King Lion.
Charlie said, take the tip, no ask for it. Oh my God. So she's saying, current affairs. If I get rid of the big points, all when I don't know it, okay. All right, so current affairs for 500. Minister of Finance, give his name. So that's the Minister of Finance. That's your Minister of Finance. What's his name? What?
And I'm savvy upon them current affairs.
All right, let's see who first came in with the correct response. So it is, who is Nigel Clark? And that is for 500 points. So let's see who first came in. So first on the board is Ricky Ricardo. Then
Ricky Ricardo. How much points for that?
500.
Whoa.
Then Truck Life. So let me release the board. Then Truck Life. Then Then Tiffany, David. Oh, Tiffany had said what is. She changed it to who is. Then Mixin. All right.
So
Danielle.
So there you have it. Chuck Life on 100 points. Tiffany on 800 points. Empress 1,000 points. Ricky Ricardo 1,500 points. David 2,200 points. So you mean if you tell me, say, David are going to make Ricky Ricardo come beat him again and take over the lead?
Chuck Life say I'm holding on for dear life with my 100 points.
No.
Ricardo said David almost there.
David necessary Ricardo. Hope.
Sure, it's a Chuck Life almost there, 6 bars. All right.
But I'm going to tell you something. If someone, because guess what? If someone come in the last after and just go over 200 points, Chuck Life get the car.
Get knocked off and get him fall over the cliff. You're not going to stop fall.
Chuck Life, you need to step on the gas.
All right, so Ricardo is saying multiple 100. The Smiths will visit their cousin who lives 3 hours and 10 minutes away. They want to get there at 11:30 a.m. They should leave at this time. They should leave at this time. So the Smiths will visit their cousin who lives 3 hours and 10 minutes away. They want to get there at 11 a.m. They should leave at this time. Then there was a Chuck Life win for me and you, bro. Tiffany said, Ricky, you couldn't choose big number, sure. And Chuck Life is saying, Mr. Baron, shh.
All right.
And yoga is saying, this is so cool. Okay, thanks, Yoga. Charlie.
Baron, shut up. Don't it.
Oh my God. All right. So let's see who first came in with the correct response. All right. So I see the answer that I am looking for. And it is what is 8:20 a.m.
All right.
So let's see who first came in with the then it's a Chuck Life, you're here. All right. So let me just refresh quickly on this device. That's 820, not 820. Oh, you forgot your colons. Truck Life. Oh, and he corrected himself and still got it. So, Truck Life.
All right.
And that is 100 points. So, answer went to Truck Life.
So, there you go. Truck Life on 200 points. Tiffany on 800 points. Empress on 1,000 points. Ricardo on 1,500 points. And David, 2,200 points. Your time to choose a category, Truck Life.
Daniel Paulin. Let me just all right, there's the board.
I'm making 100 points again.
Ricardo said Truck Life finally moved from 100. And Tammy's sharing on Truck Life. All right, Dion. No. Daniel said, me never get at the top. Me never get at the top of the board. He did come on one time. I think last week or the week before. No, the week before or the week before that. Daniel is balling hush. And Empress Sassy saying, Wagwan. Daniel said, too many fast hands. Me telling you,
Not telling Daniel.
Fingers.
Yeah, man, them fast too, Daniel.
Olympic fingers. Daniel said, more fats like how you ball. Like how you ball. Need for nimble your hands. Oh my God. And Tommy is saying, go Truck Life. And
Chuck Life choose already?
Mixing is saying, Empress, me afraid fi Harlem, me afraid fi heal you, my friend. Okay. All right, let's see. Chuck Life said that was a hard 100 question. Tiffany said, only cheerleaders we need now. All right, let's see. Chuck Life, he said scrambled for 300. Welcome, Mikito. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you're having a wonderful start to the weekend. Scrambled for 300. Okay. Make the words. That's 2 words. Giving you all a hint there. It's about me still a Helio Empress. That's mixing. So she said me a cheerleader, Tiffany. Gosh, Daniel, them fingers just fast. Salutation. Tiffany said yes, he came on the board and fell asleep and get kicked off. Yes, because I remember Daniel did go on the board. Daniel laughing.
Charlie, Daniel, I say you're done, man.
And Tommy said, you're here to help me with Mikito. All right, so salutation. Daniel's a move from the Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, and Charlie's laughing. All right, and I see the answers coming in. All right. And me, Tiffany, so then put it there.
All right.
All right, so let's reveal the answer. See the answer that I'm looking for. What is the vice principal? All right, so let's see who first came in with the correct response. I guess that's why the dash is there to show that it's 2 words. All right, so first on the board with the correct response is, drum roll, Truck Life.
What? What the points of that?
That's 300
What?
points.
What?
Then
Chuck Life was still up himself, you know.
Empress, make sure is what is before they shout at me in a tone of voice. All right.
All right.
There's the board.
As it goes, Chuck Life gets stronger on the board. So the score as it is, Chuck Life won 500 points, Tiffany 800 points, Empress 1,000 points, Ricky Ricardo 1,500 points, and was leading the score, David 2,200 points. So, Chuck Life, your time to choose a category.
All right, so Chuck Life chose scrambled for 200. Right, make words. Right, so let's see what they've been saying. The salutations going out. Tiffany said, Empress, wake up, mantra. Because I'm not sleep. Charlie said, what the hell now? Wake up, Delco. And Empress said, not sleeping, Tiff, lol. Tiffany said she can't bother with the scramble business. And Ricardo, Truck Life is saying Ricardo and laughing. And Tiffany is saying Truck Life and his scramble business. Oh my God, and Daniel is laughing, and I see the answers coming in. Me tell us them bright like a morning star. Right, so first on the board with the correct response, let's reveal the answer. And that is what is fireworks. All right, and that is for 200 points. And first on the board is Empress.
Okay.
Then Tiffany, David, Truck Life, Daniel, Sassy. Daniel said Tro.
All right, the score as it is, we have Tiffany and Truck Life on 500 points, Tiffany on 800 points, Empress 1,200 points, Ricky Ricardo 1,500 points, and David 2,200 points. Empress, your time to choose a category.
Well, all right, so Empress. Charlie.
Right, so fireworks.
That work fire. Tiffany said, right now I'm just here watching if my 800 points safe because I don't know any of the 3 sections.
Well, basically, I think that Tiffany is safe, being on the board with 800 points.
All right, so Empress want to finish scrambled. All right, so give me the word. Make a word. Say never know, God no. Oh my God. Yeah, tell you. Oh, it could work that way. 2 minutes, even did see it that way. But I see the correct answer that I am looking for, and I am going to reveal without hesitation what is presents. It's 2 S's. Right? So first on the board with the correct response, I am not going to refresh, is Truck Life. It did put present and Tiffany, but
So-
it's presents.
Truck Life, how many points for that?
100 points. And Empress did come up with serpent as well. Serpents, I didn't even.
Okay, so there you have it. Truck Life on 600 points, Tiffany on 800 points, Empress 1,200 points, Ricardo 1,500 points, David 2,200 points. Yeah, Truck Life, your time to choose. Truck Life is making it a little bit difficult for someone to just come and win at 1 point and kick him off. So that cannot happen again because Truck Life
stepping up in game.
Truck Life step up the game as it relates to 600 points. So for any one person to answer a 1 question and kick off Truck Life, that cannot happen.
All right. Okay, have a wonderful day at work, Goga. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it.
Bless yourself, Yoga.
Okay, so it's saying current affairs for 200. The Minister of Health, give his name. Minister of Health, give his name. Me since I just one right answer, I need to pass Truck Life.
Just one right answer, I need to pass Truck Life. So, but mixing up no points. So you go have one answer for pass Truck Life.
The minister I need David, Empress, Ricky, and Truck Life to be very active now. No more persons, I beg you. And he's saying bye everyone on the chat and have a lovely weekend.
Yeah, man. Bless up yourself, Yoga.
Have a wonderful and blessed weekend.
And thank you for passing through, Yoga. We really appreciate that, you know?
Makes sense to come and let me talk too soon. Can I say, Yoga, you get any points? Okay. All right, and I see the answer that I am looking for, so I just need to. So who is Christopher Tufton? Who is Christopher Tufton. So first on the board with the correct response is David, then Tiffany.
How much points that?
200. Empress. Mixin. Empress again. Ricardo again. Tiffany. Yep.
So there goes the score as it is. Chuck Life 600 points. Tiffany 800 points. Empress 1200 points. Ricky Ricardo on 1500 points, and David on 2400 points. David, your time to choose a category.
All right. So current affairs from David. Current affairs for 300. So let's see. Minister of Agriculture, give his name. Minister of Agriculture. Charlie. Wait, let me bring it up. I'm not going to see there.
No. Charlie.
Tiffany. Oh my God. You guys are cracking me up. And it says, who is Pernell Charles Jr.? Junior. You know, you have senior. Okay, so all right. So first on the board with the correct response is, oh my goodness, come on, stop jumping. Who is Pernell Charles Jr., David, then Chuck Life. Remember, we're not marking for spellings around here. Then Mixin. Oh my goodness, your fingers, them I give you a warm time mixing. Empress, me don't know who that you talk about there, so. Tiffany said the black shiny man. Daniel is laughing. And also Sassy got Pernell Charles Jr.
Okay,
So that
who's
was
winning
for
that?
300 points for, Randy, make me hurt my brain too much, you know, David.
David?
Yep.
Oh, David hit that again?
Mm-hmm. May I tell you? All right, there's the board.
Okay, the score as it is. Tiffany on 800 points, Chuck Life 600 points, Empress 1,200, Ricardo 1,500, David on 2,700 points. David, your time to choose a category.
Christmas said the 0 was for Junior, but my finger them sees up, I realize. Tiffany said, Baron, pay attention and stop stress out. And
Oh, you know, Tiffany, she will get stressed, man.
So current affairs for 400. And Tiffany Sassy saying laugh out loud, Moffats and chocolate Moffats. What kind of seize up you're talking about? Nimble those fingers, bro, man. Tell you.
Exactly.
I'm talking about nimble your fingers. You're not supposed to have no seize up fingers. All right, so current affairs for 400. Former Minister of Education, give his name. Everybody's supposed to run out on that one here.
Boy, this one I feel teafish.
You see you. Since I forgot to oil them up. Seriously, Mixin. Mixin said, who's Birchell White Man?
No, sir.
Whoa. So who is Steve?
Who is that? Who said? Who said?
Tiffany. So who is Steve?
No, we have not Tiffany over there.
Ricardo
said. Ricardo said. Don't you worry. Steve.
Ruel, wicked and scrupulous read. Ricardo said, all drunk Ruel. If I say, who's Maritime Steve?
You know, say wicked and. You know, say people them go watch the man. They put the man up there.
Me? Charlie, Charlie, not easy. Just pick it up, easy. All right, let's go. Let's reveal the answer. Who is Royal Reed? All right, so I think Ricardo was the first one who came in with that answer, but let me go back and double check. Yes, Ricardo. So that is for 400 points to Ricardo.
Whoop.
All right,
Ricardo
let
is
me
getting his
release the
gear.
board.
Ricardo is getting his gear. So as it is, Chuck Life on 600 points, Tiffany 800 points, Empress on 1,200 points, Ricky Ricardo 1,900 points, and David 2,700 points. So far, like a David, I will take the night.
Ricardo shouting it out, thief.
But with Ricardo on the board, we can't talk too early, you know. I know how him stay.
Ricardo said, "Nimble of fingers, them Daniel." It's a rub it with little alcohol. It was Daniel, same fingers, them cram. Makes sense. Say, who is the richest principal ever? And Ricardo said, Geo for 400. This Georgian style great house, and we're in Jamaica on all of these. This Georgian style great house in St. James was formerly owned by the family of Elizabeth Barrett Browning, the famous English poet. It is located on Jamaica's north coast in one of the western parishes. The building is more than 200 years old. Give the name of this great house, and it's double your score. Answer. Double your score.
What?
So, this Georgian style great house in St. James was formerly owned by the family of Elizabeth Barrett Browning, the famous English poet. It is located on Jamaica's north coast in one of the western parishes. The building is more than 200 years old. Name the great house, and it's double your score.
Wow. They want to serious. Because
I said it's on the north coast, Empress, so you just knock yourself off the board.
Because we'll see if David is going to maintain the champion for tonight. Ricky Ricardo have a chance to defeat that.
Upset already, so let me see.
What?
You know what? Let me refresh again for this one, because I really don't want nobody shouting at me in any tone of words.
Look here.
Let me look carefully. Behind Ricky Ricardo, what is Greenwood?
You see what I tell you? You can't left out Ricky Ricardo.
David came in with it, but further down. So
oh my goodness.
Greenwood Great House?
Ricardo denied him again for the victory.
He went on the tour and he went to
Montego. Oh my God. Trust me.
Double your point.
Yeah, I tell you.
Just run the
Believe you me, David. Trust me. Well, Ricky Ricardo had a real 3-star general. Well, I mean, we have a crown him tonight.
Well, he went on the tour. That's why I know, because as soon as it dropped, you realize him answer
exactly. So then, all right. Chuck Life, 600 points. Tiffany, 800 points. Empress, 1,200 points. David, 2,700 points, and Ricky Ricardo in the lead, 3,800 points. Man, buddy, man.
I tell you, watch me to get royal palms.
The man bud, the man bud.
You
can't
give me that point. You put Rosa Great House, I want the point. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. If Empress went way out of parish, way on the other side of the island. And Charlie is celebrating for Ricardo.
Whoa.
And Ricardo said, it was good. I'll do it again.
Oh,
Okay, for
yeah, the 3-star general.
for the tour. Yeah.
Trust me.
Tiffany said, anybody can answer no, I don't care, and laughing. And
Well, basically, who we have on the board, there is no one can really come and defeat them right now. So might as well. They are the truthful winners for tonight.
And he said,
defended their points.
And he said,
very good game.
Geo for 300. Remember, you got to turn the stove on in the bus. All right. So, with the passage of the law abolishing slavery in 1834, plantations realized they would soon face a labor shortage. In an effort to solve the problem, European workers were brought to the island with the promise of housing, land titles, and wages. The first indentured servants under this plan arrived from Germany in 1835, and some settled at Seaford Town in this Cornwall parish. Name the parish. Name the parish. So, with the passage of the law abolishing slavery in 1834, plantations realized they would soon face a labor shortage. In an effort to solve the problem, European workers were brought to the island with the promise of housing, land titles, and wages. The first indentured servants under this plan arrived from Germany in 1835, and some settled at Seaford Town in this Cornwall parish. Name the parish. Name out the 14 parishes in Jamaica. All right, let's see. Ricardo said that David said that with Dr. Ricardo, me upset. Funny, so we saved Chuck Life. All right, so I'm going to name out the 14 parishes in Jamaica. Let's see if anybody hit it yet. Yep. So I will reveal it. From a Seaford Town is in Westmoreland or Germantown. Yeah?
200 points.
200 points. So let's see who first came in with that response. So what is Westmoreland? All right, so.
And who hit that?
All right, I forgot through a whole lot because me tell us them I throughout the 14 parishes. Charlie said, me feel good tonight. Me I go play a lot of tomorrow. Okay, first on the board with the correct response of what is Westmoreland is David.
Okay.
Points.
So David, 300 points?
Yes. All right, so David, talk your talk. Choose your category. Well, choose your points because it's the last category. Choose your points.
Okay, well, obviously, Ricardo the winner for this.
Okay, and we're coming out of Jamaica now for the next two, so. All right, so he's choosing 200. All right, so geography for 200. The capital of Thailand. The capital of Thailand. Tiffany just thrown something out there because she and saw me coming out of Jamaica now. Tiffany thrown Cuba. Tiffany. Oh my God. Ricardo said that's why me arrest.
So the winner for that.
They're putting in the answer still. All right, I see the answer that I am looking for. All right, so what is Bangkok?
Okay.
All right, so let's see who first came in with the correct response of Bangkok, and that is David. Yes.
How much points?
200. So Bangkok, David again, Empress. Because I watch Tiffany, David Ball in Hush.
How much more?
Because the guys star come lol. You guys here need to make sure you follow the instruction of the authorities and try and keep safe.
Exactly.
Who is on low grounds go to higher grounds. You can replace property and whatever else, but you cannot replace life. All right, so the last one is name of the tallest mountain in the world. Come, everybody's supposed to fall over that. They would say, "Aye, boy, move both star." Empress.
Empress. Empress have food, please.
Hold on, did not finish yet. We'll get in the 100.
Yeah, but the 100 wouldn't make a difference.
Of course, it's going to make a difference. It's going to make somebody else go up by 100 points more. All right. So let's see who first came on the board with the correct response, and it is what is Mount Everest? So let's see who first, because everybody British, but everybody run out with the answer. Okay, first on the board with the correct response is David.
100 points. How much for that? 100?
Yeah, 100. Then Tiffany, Mixin, boy, film finger them, I give him a warm time. Empress, Truck Life, Mixin is laughing. Mixin say which mountain that the type of it. No one know, like you just scramble up the letters them before we make the word. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna jump past that one day. Oh my God. All right, so the board is now clean. So I'm gonna stop sharing. And Byron is doing his tallying. So there we go. Seriously.
Okay, so there you have it. Ricky Ricardo end the night with 3,800 points. Of course, he's the winner for $1,000. Credit goes to Ricky Ricardo name. And David, second place. Boy, David put him in a place and make him sick of a second. You understand? David said, Ricky Ricardo said, in the 500 business tonight, 1,000 credit me want. So you, Mr. David, you better go down on the 500 credit. All right. So that is it. Empress. Third place. Very good performance coming from Empress. 500 credit goes to Empress. And of course, Tiffany. Fourth place. 500 goes to Tiffany. And last but not least, Truck Life on the board. Of course, 500 goes to Truck Life, and the rest of the people, all right, 0 credit, no problem there. All right.
Continue.
Okay, continue.
I may have duct tape upstairs, you know.
No, you know.
And David has said, great game tonight. Although
yes,
upset with
really
Batman and
game.
Ricardo, but congrats to all who won and good try all those who participated.
Exactly.
Yes. Congratulations to all the winners. Game well played, and of course, thank you guys
me
for
no participate in a
fun-filled game.
Me no participate coming on. Me no say them the fingers they faster than my one, so me nobody really try to shame myself.
And Mixing is saying, come in my finger them to him. Chocolate is saying, congrats to the winners.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn off the stove, please.
Yeah, I'm going to turn off the stove. Soup me run fine.
Oh, Empress, how much me come? You're in the
yeah, man, Empress come third.
Chocolate said, more fats, your fingers are confused. And nobody said, big up the winners. Daniel is saying, big up to all the winners. Yes, we meant big. And Tiffany saying, see how the one Byron want to come hurry up and I look how much and tell him that it's 100 and then he's still asking how much points. May I tell you? And Daniel is saying, Chuck Life, remember me, bro. Okay. And Tiffany is saying, go, Ricky, all when you start late, me I tell him just give him a little chance to go and put yourself on the board until him ready. And Chuck Life is laughing and Empress is saying, congrats. All right, so congrats again. And Tiffany is saying, 6 basket, 500 points. And Charlie said, congratulations to all the winners except Delco. Charlie, that easy, you know. Okay, send mine to the 223. Okay, let me just write that down. All right. David is saying, on a different note, with this permission, guys, please be in prayers for Ricky and his family. I'm sure some of you guys are aware of the shooting at the football match. He was present. Oh my goodness, I heard about it. Oh my God. Wow. Okay, yes, guys. Please keep him in your prayers, and let me see what he's saying. And he's related to 2 of the persons that died. Just continue to pray them up as the faces difficult times. Oh my God. I'm so sorry to hear that, Ricardo, and I'm glad that you are safe. I'm sorry that your family members lost their lives, as well as those others who lost their lives, because people can't even gather to have fun anymore. It is so sad. You're sitting down in a crowd, it's like you have to be looking over your shoulder, or wondering if you should really go out there to try to have a good time. Oh God, I'm so sorry to hear that, and I pray that God continue to give you strength to continue through. And I'm praying for all the immediate family members, for those who got injured, and also those who lost their lives. We're living in very dark and perilous times. And Charlie saying, congratulations, Ricardo. And Truck Life is saying, mistake, wonderful topic and game as always. Thank you so much, Truck Life. Really appreciate that. And Tiffany is saying, watch what but Baron him can defend the food, so. And Sassy saying, congratulations to all the winners tonight. And Truck Life is saying, enough loves and blessings. So all likewise to you, Truck Life, and everyone else who's still here and that joined us earlier. Really appreciate each and every one of you. And David is saying, Charlie, leg up my name, please, and thanks. Charlie is saying, Byron Belly, Mr. IBU, and I don't know who that is. And Tiffany is saying, good night, everyone. Going to rest myself and my young bone have work tomorrow. Okay, Tiffany, thank you so much and rest well. And David is saying 408 flow. Yeah, David. Empress come third. That not bad. No, not at all. You made the board. Okay, and Tiffany is saying, sorry, Ricky. I'm glad you are with us. Yes. Charlie saying, my condolences. I'm sorry. And saying, is it Ricardo here? Yes. And Ricardo is showing some reverence there, and being thankful. And Mixon is saying, condolences, Ricky. And Ricardo is saying, thank you, I appreciate it. It's rough but grateful to be alive. At the rate at which things are going, it seems as if there's not going to be any of us Jamaicans who are not going to be touched by some form of tragedy in terms of our family members, or even friends, or extended loved ones, because every day so many incidents. It's heartbreaking, honestly. It's heartbreaking. 519 flow. When you go out and you get back home, you have to say thank you, Jesus, you get home safely, because it is so dangerous just even venturing out to your gate. Even venturing out to your gate is dangerous. 303 digi. I don't know. Ricardo says so much flow people in here. Yes. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna say good night. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. I really appreciate the continued support from those in television land. Our silent supporters, those on Facebook, thank you so much for joining in. I saw all of you over there. Really appreciate it. And let me see. Charlie saying, Ricardo, you and your family better go afar and yeah, even for 3 months. Oh my God. Charlie, what is happening at home? You can't run away and leave it because you go back, it's still going to be happening. We just really need to find some solutions to deal with it, because it has gotten so much out of hand. Ricardo says, I finally got to live the expression run for my life. It was really frightening. I can imagine. I can imagine. Thanks again, Chucklife. Chucklife is saying fire. And Faith, I am welcome. Faith, I am good night. Saying first time, you're welcome. You're always welcome here. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are going to be ending, but thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate you being here. And you can check out the channel if you like what you see. You can subscribe, share out, tell a friend to tell a friend, and make friends. And if anything, friendship will be returned at a reasonable time. So thank you so much for joining. Okay, all right, so you can make friends with whomever is in the chat if you have a channel as well, and they will show you back friendship in return. Mixon is saying great live, and it was great to be here. Thank you so much, Mixon, really appreciate that. And Chuck Life is saying more fats and bless up, and showing him some respect there. All right, guys, so I'm gonna say good night because I have work in the morning as well. So I have some things to take care of before I can go to bed. Oh, Ricardo said, wait, what was my score? Okay, so Ricardo was 3,800. David 3,300. Empress 1,200. Tiffany 800. And Truck Life 600. Okay. Okay, so Cuban, they're saying Cubans live, so you guys can go over and support Cubans. Ricardo say, I'm being David, but me pass you. And Charlie saying goodbye, everyone. Good night, Charlie. Not goodbye. Goodbye sound permanent. Good night, Charlie. Have a wonderful and blessed weekend. Really appreciate you being here. All right. And Trupsy, thank you so much. They said, Chocolate, if you look sleepy. All right, guys. So Mofat says, I'm heading over now. Yes. So go over there and show Cuban some support. Ricardo is saying, good night, guys. Have a great weekend. Protect on yourself from the storm. Yes, guys. Take the necessary precautions. And as we said, if you're low, go high and try and preserve life. Everything else can be replaced. Okay, so it's saying take care, everyone. Big up. And Faith is saying thank you. Nice over here. Thank you so much, Faith. Really appreciate it. All right, guys. So good night. Have a blessed and wonderful weekend. Rest well and have a wonderful and productive week until next week, Friday. Walk good, stay safe, keep blessed. Bye. Good night.